Hello and welcome to New Platinum Content's weekly stream of Dikuth's Band of Merry Men. We're at an odd time. I had some family stuff I had to do over the weekend, and I'm a little tired from a lot of driving, so I may be a little shorter than in my descriptions than normal, but I'll try to push through it. Um, we're normally going to be from here on out playing around noon on Sundays. Once again, this is a reminder from earlier in the week in our previous social media posts. We're looking to play at noon on Sundays. We had just pushed back for today. Um, Last we left off, our band of merry men were recovering from an encounter with an interesting uh, being, growth, as they came to find out that it was some sort of fungal growth that exploded on contact. They then decided to proceed in the direction that they had seen that some of the poisonous gas that had been filling the chambers seems to be drifting off in a direction. It seems to be pulled in a direction. And as they followed it, they came across an interesting tunnel in which they began a game with a magical ball of sorts, in which they had to score by hitting the ball back into a specific hole. They did it pretty easily, working together as a team, and made it into a room full of stuffed cats, um, tigers, and lions, as well as small house domestic cats and lynxes and all sorts of different stuffed animals, as well as one humanoid looking cat person. And after exploring around the room a little bit, they discovered that there was a heart-like object in another stuffed animal. And when they placed it inside the werepanther, his spirit unlocked an altar for them, showing them a secret tunnel into another room with a series of doors. Kovash and Dikuth, deciding that they saw a door with the infinity symbol on it, would enter. Dikuth being the first one, he peeped his head in, and as soon as he did, it teleported him away to somewhere else as well. Kovash followed in, diving after him. They basically arrived in a room that they had explored earlier, in which the doorway was hidden behind an art mural, and this was where Dikuth had earlier kind of pried out a interesting bracer or circlet of some kind out of a eagle's beak stone statue. And then that's where we're picking up as Bjolf and Jelenith are looking towards the direction that Kovash and Dikuth had just dove into. And at that moment, we'll take a sidebar and go ahead and give me your initiative rolls real quick once I bring this up, everybody, as I explain. There we go. So just for ease of convenience on this one, I as the DM, I'm gonna have them roll initiative, and it's basically just so that while I have two separate parties, I can give them equal time for each person. They're not limited to an action or a bonus action, but it's to keep their movement in mind most of all. And that's how I'll do the back and forth really between the two.
Out here in 20 the worst initiative.
Yeah, boy.
All right, so everybody roll. All right, so I hate how this doesn't organize itself.
No, but if you go to the cog, you can hit descend.
That's fine. I got it now.
Perfect.
Wasn't too bad. All right, so Katra, um, last you left off, you watched as your allies had gone down a dark and dingy tunnel as Jelenith had named off some warnings she read across the walls, they descended past another door, and then you basically heard a commotion. What would you like to do? Like I said, you guys are free to talk and whatever. I just want to limit your movement to a certain amount so that I can get back and forth between Dikuth and Kovash.
I may have forgot about push to talk.
Completely. Fine.
So they're down this hallway over here, correct?
Yes, sir.
They went down that. We just heard commotion coming from that way too, and I believe
Katra's
Jelen went that way.
kind of look around, and this is. I'm sorry, I'm kind of zoomed out, and it's not like my computer's not
You're
agreeing with
totally
me. Who is
fine,
this
sir.
in the room with me?
Sif, Jelenith, if you guys want to prepare whatever you're doing, you're fine too. Seeing as most of this party is going first, anyways.
God.
Yes.
Well,
Who is this in the room with me?
Sif.
That's Sif.
Oh, Sif. So, Katra's gonna look at you, Sif, and just gonna shake his head and be like, did you heard that, right? And that's. Oh, go.
No, Sif. He kind of like takes a few seconds and then pops up and is again like, huh? What? And you can actually kind of tell that for a moment he was kind of like looking kind of like towards his main hand for a moment, but he's kind of shifts aside against the wall and moves his head kind of towards it. Says, "Why don't you go check it out? I'll
Wizards.
make sure
All
nothing
of you are
comes
like
this way."
wizards. Okay.
Jelenith, that's happening. What you're doing? And are you moving towards them, Katra?
Yes, I am.
Okay.
Sif will just stay out here, and he's gonna keep an eye out.
I mean, we saw them disappear, right?
Yeah,
or we just walked through the door and that was it.
You saw that Dikuth didn't even have to go fully in the doorway. As soon as his like upper part of his head and torso hit it, he just blinked out. And then Kovash dove in.
Did the door close behind Kovash?
No, the door's open.
Okay.
You saw that, right, Beowulf? They just disappeared?
Yeah, I did see that. I don't plan on going after them, but if you would like to follow them, be their babysitter, be my guest.
Can I pull out a torch? Not light it. I'm just gonna toss it into the door and see what happens.
Sure. And you watch it blink out of existence. Dikuth, give me a dexterity saving throw.
Damn you, Jelenith.
Oh no.
All right, Dikuth, as you're kind of standing up and righting yourself, dusting yourself off, and looking around to get your bearings, you look up just in time to see a wooden torch just fly out of the air above you about 4 feet and just barely miss your head as you dodge out of the way. And it goes... Ding, 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 ding.
What the hell was that?
All right. Anything else, Jonathan? Movement or anything you want to do? Or Beowulf?
No movement. Actually, we'll move a little bit closer.
Sure. And I'm actually just going to sing as you guys roll. I'm just going to move Beowulf up. And we'll have Dikuth and Kovash go at the same time then.
That works.
Well, that... I don't know what I was expecting. But I guess it's everything that goes through there disappears.
What an astute observation.
So yeah, this
That'd be it for our turn.
The door is plated in bronze. You see that on it is a symbol of two circles joined, basically a rough infinity circle. The path leading up to it
is
has
smooth.
a depression in the stone floor as though it has been worn smooth by a passage of countless feet. And then the door you're standing in front of, Bjolf, is sunken and glazed. Affixed across the double doors is a golden seal, 1 foot in diameter, with ancient glyphs scribed into it. To open this door, it appears that the golden seal must be broken. Ancient glyphs are scribed on the seal. To either side on the lintel of the door are barely discernible scratches, and brown stains stifle the wall and floor.
Hmm. Can I read the glyphs?
No, you cannot.
Jeleneth, could you read these?
Yeah. I'll take a step back from this door. And then I'll take a look at the glyph.
You see the same thing, and then the glyphs phase for a second, and you read, "Beware, beyond this door is death."
Hmm.
Okay. Well, apparently there's death beyond this door. Whether that's our death or somebody else's death or maybe death the entity in general. Mm.
I sort of like reach up and touch the rusty smears that are on there. I'm pretty sure I know what they are. Then I step back and am I allowed to move a little bit?
Yeah, go for it.
Cool. I would like to go. Oh, what's over? What's over?
Okay, so on this door, is it's barred, though it seems to have no latch. The image of a bear holding a disc of obsidian is set in its face. The lintel of this door is carved in the form of entwined serpents.
A disc of obsidian. Do I recognize the symbology at all?
You can give me a religion check.
Did you say
No.
intertwined serpents?
Yep.
So like an arch.
Yeah.
God, I've been rolling like caca these past 2 games.
Oh, I guess we're on. Okay. From what you can tell, you're not very familiar with it, but it does seem like a warning of some kind.
Well, I'm good. Someone else would like
Okay.
to continue.
We will then move on to the other boys. Kovash and Dikuth, after falling out of the air and on top of each other, you arrive in an earlier place that you remember specifically being trapped in further down the hall, behind several iron bars that Dikuth had to start chopping his way through. But as soon as the door in front of you was opened, which it still is, the bars were released. So you two have that. What would you like to do?
Kovash, do you know where we are?
I'm pretty sure this is where I got separated from you guys earlier.
Oh, that makes sense. Thought it looks
We
a little
should
bit
probably
familiar.
try to follow our path and go the same way we went last time to catch up with the others.
The first thing Dikuth does is he throws the torch back up to the ceiling where it came from.
You watch it floats, and then tink, 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 right in front of you.
Huh. Weird. Careful, Kovash. There's like torches just coming from the ceiling.
I'm going to assume someone that got here the same way we did.
I mean, that would make sense, but you never know. Just be careful. And if I'm going to be honest with you, Kovash, I'm really not feeling well. Maybe we should try to find the rest of the group.
Walking away.
Kovash, wait. Dikuth runs after him.
Oh no.
Alright. And we're going to jump back over to the other boys. And Jonas. Katra, what you up to?
Is this door closed?
Which door? In front
The
of
one
you?
I'm in front of?
No.
No, that's open.
So
The
peeking
only
in.
doors that are closed are the one in front of me and the one by Beowulf.
Okay, so I'm peeking in, and I see, and I'm gonna kind of like peek my head in and be like, what's going on in here? There's a lot of noise coming from here.
So yeah, basically you see this door is open, and then Jelenith in front of you, and Beowulf down the hallway, and the two doors have a lot of art on them.
Essentially the hallway said death. This door is saying death. And then that open door over there, Dikuth and Kovacs disappeared into. Like not walked into and like turned the corner, like walked into it and then it's gone. I did
Steve.
throw a torch and that also
Oh,
disappeared.
sorry. I said, do you think they're dead?
One can only hope.
I mean, the hallway did say death and curse and hang on. What did the hallway? Let me remember that. Exactly.
Yeah, but who exactly sets up a doorway that you just walk through and die?
Um,
I mean,
Katra, are you proficient in Arcana?
Perhaps, let me double check.
Sorry to interrupt.
that'd be weird for a sorcerer to not be.
I am.
You definitely do start noticing a lot of arcane symbols of abjuration all around you. Like, mostly in this hallway and along this door frame.
Can I make out what they mean or say?
Most of them are just protective glyphs and denial of entry glyphs.
So looking around this area, there's a whole bunch of like magic sigils around that are like trying to keep people or something out. So that's probably like a trick to like keep people from invading those doors. So probably what's on the other side of those doors is probably rot with treasure. We should open them.
Okay, so you didn't hear my explanation earlier when I said that there's death beyond this door. Uh, I
Yeah,
don't
but
know
that's
death means
ambiguous. There could be like zombies
right.
back there, or there could be skeletons
Like I
back
said,
there, or there could be like
yeah, you didn't hear me. Death could be someone else's death. Death could be our death. Death could be an actual
I
entity of death.
think this is
You know.
probably where Sif is probably actually going to start walking down the hallway if he actually can hear this, and is probably going to pipe in. Yes, and behind one of the doors we dared to open was a vampire. I'm out of my divine energy. We're not doing so hot, and it's not the best time to be arguing whether we should be looking to rob further things. We're going down when we need to go up. So let's make a choice to either go back for them or get out of here.
what do you mean go back for them? Where did they go?
I don't know, but they could possibly be further behind. I don't know. I have no idea. But this blubbering and blastering and this blasting poison is giving me more than I need right now. I need to breathe. And Kyle,
Yeah.
what does it sound like when he says what's the proper word that I should be using for breathe?
I don't.
The omen one.
You all take 1 point of poison damage, by the way.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
not.
Just had to say the name, didn't you?
Probably something like Esperar.
Okay. And in his just kind of deliberation, Sif actually kind of like throws his arms kind of wide, and when he does so, a however the axe might react, but a gust of wind is gonna kind of expel from him down towards the floor.
I get your concern, Sif, but I don't know. Usually, I mean, we did come here looking for treasure and riches, didn't we? So what's the point of not opening doors and looking for treasure and riches?
Taking a probably finding a good place for us to be able to hold up, refigure our things, or just in case you didn't realize, we're underground with no way out. And just like we were underground with a way out before, we didn't want to weigh ourselves down completely. So maybe it might be wiser for us to find a place to sit, relax, breathe, recharge, and then tackle death.
Sif, we're all stressed out here.
Yes, but
I
when I
think
fought
you
the
just need to
dragon,
like
I actually had
relax a little.
energy to pass around.
I think you just need to relax a little. It's okay that you
I'm
have
with
energy to
Steph.
pass
Let's
around.
not deal with death.
All right, and Beowulf,
Thank you,
unless you
gentlemen.
have anything to say.
He is actually completely silent, just staring at the black disc. And very quietly in Undercommon, he says, not to himself, but to her, "What is this place?"
Are you specifically asking about this place? Or
I'm
like,
asking this. I'm asking for this place, like the where we are. I'm asking what it is in general.
yeah. And those of you who have left the room don't really see anything, but your torch that you're holding
I
gutters
just have light.
slightly. What's that?
I just have light cast on.
Oh, okay. Even
Uh,
that gutters slightly, like it's been dimmed by something, and you just feel this unnaturally cool breeze, like wisp along the back of your neck, and with it you hear, "It's my challenge."
is this door I'm staring at locked?
You see no handle. Remember, has a bar in front of it.
Can I try to like move the bar?
Sure, you can move the bar. As soon as you do, um, yeah. All right. As soon as you do, the
Oh no.
door, though it is a
Right.
false door, slams open, and out of it, three arms spring out and grab you around and trap you and pull you into the doorway right here.
Oh fuck. Fuck.
And you just
Yeah,
feel
I'm
a
not.
tightening constriction start to like constrict around you as it gets tighter and tighter.
I yell out. I yell out to everybody, "Hey!"
You all hear that.
Sif runs.
Hold on.
I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can.
All right, it's a good thing we're in initiative, cause yeah, Kovash and Dikuth, we're gonna go over to you.
Yes, perfect timing.
I'm not exactly feeling great myself, Dikuth. I'm on the edge and I don't know how much longer it can last.
Sorry. Do you need healing, Kovash?
No, but if we have to fight something again, I don't know if I can keep control.
I wish we could fly like Katra. Katra can move so quickly. I bet we could catch up to them in no time.
Are you coming? This is the way
Ooh,
I was before.
ooh.
You can start doubling your movement, by the way.
Dikuth pulls out his whistle, his newly found eagle whistle,
Sure.
and he starts blowing.
So, what is your Constitution modifier?
+3.
So, holy crap! So you can fly essentially for 20 rounds.
Oh, wow.
Well, I fly past Kovash and I grab onto him.
All
I don't
right.
think Kovac is resisting because he's not expecting it.
All right. Wait, you are resisting or not?
No,
Yeah.
I feel like he starts blowing his whistle and Kovash turned around and was like, what the fuck? And then Dikuth whirled around the corner and grabbed.
Yep. So yeah, essentially you can move 120 feet when it's your turn now, as long as you keep blowing the whistle.
All right.
But
Well,
I'll say it's like
we'll do that.
80 feet because I imagine like you're dipping down every little bit and Kovash is like skipping along here and there.
Sure, I can go with that. I mean, these hallways you said were pretty big, so I imagine there's enough for me to like fly and him to kind of skip across the ground.
Yeah. All right. So you guys can go ahead and make your movement then. You ridiculous bard, you.
Let me double check where I was here. That's fine.
All right. While they're doing that, we're gonna jump back. Katra, you suddenly hear, "Hey!" And you hear Sif begin starting to move in a direction back to where you just came from.
Is it clear who the hay came from or where?
I'm the only one in the hallway, dude.
Yeah, it came down from
He
here,
said-
but you're not sure who said hey. It was kind of a
Well, wait.
bark
What direction does Sif go?
that way.
This way.
Oh, okay.
Down.
So I'm
But you're in front
I'm
of me, so
gonna-
that's why I'm not moving yet.
I'm gonna turn around and I'm gonna rush down that hallway. Wait. So for real though, what's going on down this hallway? If we would just face death the first time, we wouldn't have this issue.
As you turn the corner, you now see Bjolf has 3 of these serpent-like arms that have wrapped around him and have started constricting him back into where the wall starts, which is what the doorway was. It's a false door. And he's currently being constricted, and you see his eyes wide.
Hmm.
Oh, what do you know? Death. Sif responds immediately as he comes around the corner,
That's not death, but we can
head against the
definitely-
wall.
I would appreciate if you would stop staring at me and help.
Trying to figure out how.
He can't really help. He's feeble and weak.
Excuse you. Can I finger gun a firebolt at one of the serpentine arms that is trying to grasp them inside of the fake doorway?
You can certainly try.
JK.
Oh,
Give me a D100 roll.
oh no.
Oh no.
If you somehow make this fly backwards towards me, I'll be impressed.
Bjolf, you watch as Katra comes around the corner and you ask for his help, and he begins forming a ball of fire in his hand. And just as you're about to shout something back at him, he fires it into you and it slams into your shoulder. Go ahead and roll
Ouch!
damage.
How?
Smooth. Real smooth.
5.
What? So 5
Oh,
damage.
a 2 and a 3. Nice.
Wait, how? So it's 17 damage.
No, 5.
No, 5.
You take 5
5,
fire
okay.
damage.
Well, his firebolt damage 2d10 because he's level 5.
Yes,
It,
but
yes, but he rolled a
4
2 and a
D10.
3. The plus 12 was if it was a crit.
Yeah. So yeah, you take 5 fire damage as Katra casts a bolt of fire into you.
And he just grunts. Yes, thank you. Very helpful.
You're muted, Steven.
I'm sorry. I was aiming for the things that was trying to kill you.
I'm gonna
Clunk,
take
clunk.
that's your turn, buddy.
Clunk, clunk. I am grabbing onto a serpentine arm on my freshly burned friend or onto Bjolf. I'm trying to help him out of this trap.
All right. So, both of you can go ahead and give me a strength check.
Okay, just flat strength.
Yep.
Okay.
Would this be tech? One sec. Disadvantage on ability check. Ah, that would have been great.
So, you both struggle for a minute trying to pry open one of the arms, and it barely budges.
And as he budges, as is like doing this, so I'm even imagining Sif for a moment while he's doing this. Even pulls his 1 foot off the ground as he has 1 foot on the wall, puts it on the wall, and is pushing against the wall, and is just for a moment going to stop, then put his foot back down and say, "Uh-oh."
Good, Jonah. You've now heard, hey, a couple of arguments and a spell being cast. What are you doing?
I'm a head back down the hall of death.
Alrighty. So yeah, you see these arms wrapped around Bjolf, and now a scorch mark across his shoulder. As Sif is struggling to pry open these 3 arms wrapped around him.
Well, I've moved my full 35. I don't have any actions I can take at this range, so I guess I'll move in closer. I'll move next to Bio.
Sure. Bjolf,
Yeah.
would you like to try and wriggle free? If so, you can give me an acrobatics check.
Is it possible for me to pull out Char's touch and try to cut myself free?
At this moment, you are very constricted.
Okay, that's what I thought.
Your arms are kind of
I
like
will.
pinned at your sides, and
Could I argue for an athletics check?
maybe if when Sif's helping you, but to get out of it, you kind of have to actually wriggle down and out of it. So it
All
would be
right,
an
fair.
acrobatics.
I will indeed try to wriggle.
All
Then.
right.
Why?
And as you begin your movements, you watch as it actually constricts a little bit more, and the floor underneath you, the tile that you're standing on, the 5-foot plate of tile, it like 2 inches. And you see a darkness, and from what you can see where you're standing, Sif, there seems to be a glint of spikes out of the walls.
I repeat my last statement, but louder. Uh-oh.
Dikuth!
We're having a fun time.
Well, Dikuth
I
is
am
blowing the whistle, so
exhausted.
he cannot say anything.
Exhausted. It was a
So
20.
Dikuth will just continue moving.
Alrighty. And as you come around the corner up here, you remember that there is a wall in your way. So you kind of.
Was it still ajar from the last time we passed through?
No, it has reset itself. So you will have to set down and turn it again. So you will have to break
Alright.
up your
I
movement a little
imagine
bit.
Kovac should turn it because Dikuth is blowing his lip.
Yeah,
Oh,
I'll
yeah, I
probably
guess
just drop
if you just stick
Kovash.
your legs out, you could probably push it.
Kovac remembers because he went through this thing like 4 times.
Yeah. So yeah, it's fine. Actually, I'll allow that.
Like I went and flew him before. That's
Alright.
All right.
Well, you're still with me, Kovash.
So you guys are moving. Katra. Jesus.
I'm going to move. And just kind of like look at this scene of Joneth and Sif kind of like trying to help Vjolf get free and trying to figure out how I can like squeeze in and assist in some way. And I guess I'm going to like try to also pull the arms away from
Sure.
Vjolf.
Actually, Sif, Katra, and Jelen, if there is room for all of you to get in there and try to pull on one arm, and if you would all like to try and give me another strength check, all three of you combined can go ahead and give me one.
Can I request? Okay, never mind. I was gonna say.
And you all begin prying one of the top arms open, and as it begins to move away from Bjolf's body, you get it in front of Katra, and you snap it back, and the arm snaps off onto the ground, and one of the arms is moved.
Wait, I accidentally did athletics check. Does that actually change it, or are we still good? That's my fault.
Also
Yeah,
did
that
athletics.
does change it, actually. So take that back. The arm is still in place.
Well, my athletics is also +0.
Yeah, no, I saw that. His is plus
Yours is
6.
mine's +3. That was me. Fuck, that was me.
Yours says
Oopsie.
plus 6, so you should probably change that then.
Oh no, I have +3 plus proficiency for my athletics,
Okay.
and then my normal strength is just +3. That's why.
So yeah, it's not moved at all. You begin to budge it and pull it off of him, but it's very rubber bandy and almost snaps back into Bjolf's chest. Bjolf, you can try and go ahead and give me another attempt to get out of there.
Ha. Okay.
And you watch as the floor begins to meet where the tips of your toes are. And now you all see with the light that this is a about a 15-foot drop, and you just see these hard wooden things impaled into the wall, and on the ends are these metal tipped spikes all along the walls and the bottom.
Oh no.
Dikuth and Kovash, you guys can go ahead and give me your flight speed unless you're doing
Who was
anything
the
else.
other passage?
What's
I
that?
don't remember.
What'd you say?
I was telling Dikuth I don't remember where we go from here.
Uh-oh.
Well, Dikuth is going to keep moving forward. And
I know the bugs are up there and to the left.
Dikuth will move his speed.
Excellent.
Oh, I can actually move 5 more, sorry.
Alrighty, and Katra, it's back to
I
you.
have...
Oh, what'd you say?
I was gonna say if DM will allow it, I'll dash.
Oh yeah. If you're taking like the full 80, that was already taking into your dash.
Oh, was it? Okay, sweet.
Yeah. I got you. Katra, your attempt seemed like you were
Excuse me.
It seemed like your last attempt was beginning to get there, but you just didn't have enough pull behind it. What are you gonna do?
You said that I also noticed that it was like a 15-foot drop with spikes, or was that a
Yeah,
different area?
that's right below what's opening up underneath Bjolf right now.
So just to like paint this picture more clearly for me, so there's the four of us, and then there's I'm behind him. There's a doorway that's got like weird snakely tentacle like arms that's grabbing him and pulling him into that doorway. And once you clear the doorway, underneath that is
Well,
where this drop is.
it's not really a doorway, as you see. It's just the wall. It was a fake door,
Okay.
and the
Oh.
side of the door is where these arms have sprouted out and come around him, and they're holding him over this tile that is beginning to open up underneath him.
I see. I see. So, follow up question: can I manage to get my hands in between the arms that are holding him to the door and him?
You can give me a sleight of hand check.
Mm-mm-mm. Because if I can, well, I will attempt to before trying to. I
Sure.
will attempt to, but I would definitely try to tie this rope around him, that I have in my attached to my backpack.
Wait, you mean tied around Bjolf or
Yeah.
the arm?
I try to I try to avoid the arms and tie it around him.
Well, you can do that without like slipping your hand. Like it's three separate arms that are like bound around him, and he's still like showing parts of his body all over the place.
Dope. So as best as I could, I'm gonna tie one end of the rope around him, and that way, in case he falls, I have the other end.
Got you.
It's all about stopping your teammates from falling to their death.
Hell yeah. Sif, what are you doing as you watch Katra begin tying a rope around Bjolf?
Sif is gonna is going to, while he's doing that, gonna look at Gelanis and start to count, and heavily breathing still. Okay, try and time it with the exact point. I'm. This is harder than it.
All right.
Together.
Give me
One,
another strength check.
2,
Sure.
3. Oh my god.
What a
Hey.
hot.
Hey!
All right. So this one, after completing the rope, you're able to get your arms, and Katra finishes the knot and helps push back the first arm, and it snaps out of place. And Bjolf has a little bit more upper body movement. Bjolf.
Enough upper body movement to grab a sword.
No, your arms are still like pinned at your waist, but your
Ah,
like shoulders are free and.
all right, all right. He sort of breathes heavily because more air is getting into his lungs now. And
Try
I can,
kicking off the wall.
yeah, that's actually not a bad idea. Can I like brace my feet up against the wall and just try to shove myself backwards?
Yeah. Go
What would
ahead.
that be?
Let's see. Go ahead and give me an acrobatics check, but you can do it at advantage.
Cool, 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 cool. Ah!
There you go.
Hey.
And with that, you all watch as Bjolf kicks against the wall and ends up on top of Sif in a large pile as you break out of the last two, kind of just wriggling out of the top and into Sif's chest and tumbling onto the floor, basically.
Tumbling is crawling backwards and literally dragging Bjolf at, not caring, just off floor was opening, is just drag.
I sort of pull out of your grip and
Just say, I'm gonna stay
Well,
down here.
And you watch the floor even further open.
right. So not
See? Hallway of
More
death.
doors.
I
And
don't see us
one-
with any other options.
one last. Then you didn't check. And there, enough. And he's gonna point down towards the hall. Look to your left and tell me. And Sif is just gonna stay breathing down the ground for a moment. Never trust a fucking spirit in a.
All right. Take it.
I read the warnings.
Kovash, you can take
Sif
the move.
just kind of looks at you and is like,
Can Kovash try to remember from here?
Yeah, you can give me an intelligence check.
he's like, thank you, Jonathan. Yeah.
My bad, I lost audio.
You're good.
My turn, correct?
Yes, sir. Your
Kovash
head,
has
it's been a long day, Kovash. Your head aches right now. You're not really thinking straight, and your eyes are still a little fuzzy at the moment. But you're pretty sure none of the doors behind you closed.
All right, I'm going to move here.
Go here first, probably. Don't waste your movement. Yeah. Because you'll come through the door.
Sorry, my roll 20 is being a little goofy here.
No worries.
There's just an imprint of a body over on the side. Like a total.
It's hard. There's a lot of fire beetles body parts everywhere.
One looks. Yeah, you're right.
Does this help you?
You can see Jeffrey's head. I named
Wow,
it.
my roll 20 is bugging here. I may have to reload my page.
Okay.
Never mind, it's catching up.
Hey.
Barely. And with that, when Dikuth actually moves his full movement, I'm going to reset here. Kovash, you're going to feel Dikuth just lightly drop you, and Dikuth is going to stop blowing the whistle, land, and instantly take a deep breath and say, "Where do we go from here?"
Does that mean Kovash gets his turn?
Yeah. And Kovash, you do see that there is a door open and there is a millstone currently bursting halfway through it.
Kovash is gonna do what he does best and try and move it.
Hell yeah. Give me a strength check.
Athletics?
No, man, it's pure strength, brother.
Huh?
Pure strength, brother. Hey, it's fine. It's already halfway on a tilt, and you kind of push it over into the wall, anyways. And the rest of the hallway is open.
And Kovash is just gonna like hold his hand up waiting.
This is why I keep you around, Kovash.
All right, Katra. You have successfully freed Bjolf, and you are all breathing heavily in the hallway of death.
Katra will definitely collect his rope back from Bjolf, like as he's still like sprawled out on the floor, and just and will only say the phrase, "So glad you didn't fall to your death," and then like toss the rope over his shoulder and like start walking.
So am I.
All right.
Mutual agreement.
Sif, Jelenith, Bjolf.
I will assist Sif. Well, assist Sif in walking back to the Jaguar.
Alrighty.
Sif will gladly accept this helping, then just kind of be like, "Thank you, I'm fine." Like a stubborn,
Mule.
and just kind of use the wall for support for a moment. He's gonna kind of actually reach back and kind of not grab Bjork, it's kind of like lead him on, like, come on, come on, come on.
He's just laying on the ground for a minute, and he looks over at both of you, and he's go on ahead. I'll be right there. I won't open any more doors.
Sif's just gonna kind of stand there, look at Jonathan, and wave her off, and lean against the wall and just say, "We have enough of our friends alone right now. If you wouldn't mind, I'm just gonna sit and breeze with you."
I'll at least move to the door by Catra.
And as you're laying there for a second, Bjolf, this cool breeze and the rest of you in the hallway do feel just a gentle, cool breeze wash over you for a second. You don't hear anything, but Bjolf, you do hear something, and it says, "You can't trust every darkness."
He sort of hisses, and he gathers himself up and stands and starts heading back towards the Jaguar room.
All right, Dikuth and Kovash. What are you boys doing? Movement.
Well, now that Dikuth has a firm idea of where he's going, he's gonna take a huge deep breath and lay back into that whistle and fly past Kovash, grabbing him.
Good. All right. Bjolf, you can go ahead and give me a perception check.
A what?
Perception check.
Perception. You got it. No. Today is my day.
You're stepping through the altar doorway, and you just swear you heard an eagle scream.
What?
Like I'm not gonna. Yeah, exactly. And then you guys take your movement. Katra and Sif and the rest of you over here. What are you guys doing?
Making sure my new friend didn't die.
They have walked past you briskly.
I am going to look at Jelnith and just kind of like shrug, like, apparently it's everyone's day to try to get killed today, and keep walking on.
The warnings literally said death beyond us. Why does nobody listen to me?
I did. And Sif's gonna kind of stand up and kind of start moving after Jalnith, waiting for Jalnith just kind of step past. And in that moment of just solitude for a moment, he's actually gonna kind of stop and kind of look up, like barely towards the sky, and just kind of hang his head for a little bit. And he's just gonna whisper, "I need your help, Tim."
And you hear a voice just in the back of your skull say, "I'm sorry, what was that?"
Oh man.
What happened? I lost audio for a second.
Sif is quietly talking to the sky,
Oh,
and he got a response back from some dark voice.
what did it say?
Well, only he heard it, so.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
So this is gonna kind of look forward and then kind of look down and say, as respectable as it could sound, exactly what I did.
That's what
So
I
if
thought.
you would let me speak later, I gotta And Sif's gonna, before walking through the door, is gonna kind of take that last breath, shoulder himself, get his shoulders back, and is gonna, for the first time since we actually got into this tomb, Sif's gonna walk with pure stride past into the room.
Well,
And
as you stand up
oh
and
fuck,
take that full breath, the breath is clean and clear, and you fill your lungs with it, and you can take the benefits of a 5th level aid spell, which will give
shit.
you 20 hit points and 20 hit points maximum.
You said 5th level? Oh
Yep.
boy. Sif looks very stalwart right now.
Excellent.
I will. I'm marking it down. I'm setting it.
Sure thing.
Get moving, Sif.
What are the rest of you doing?
Are there other doors in this room?
Oh yeah, there's this one is
Mhm.
open. You came through this one, and you see this door here, this door here, this door here.
Just pass you down. This is gonna kind of like give like a light tap on your shoulder. Oh, like a light tap. Like I trust you, and I still trust you.
No reason not to.
Door over here.
Yep. Let me go back to this. All right.
DM.
Yeah, hold on 1 second. Sorry. Roll 20
There's
is
there's a lot of
actually acting up for me as well. It's not just Daniel, apparently.
and there's a lot of stuff in this room that he has to look through.
Yeah. This
If I
is
remember
just a
correctly,
single bronze door. It appears to open towards you, and from what you can tell, is not locked.
I'm going to grasp it by the handle and open it.
Alrighty.
I'm gonna shoot it. I'm gonna shoot a look at Bjorn first.
He kind of like motions for you to open. You pulled me out of some danger. I'll pull you out if you get 10
and
time.
and you'll see his like brow kind of furrow, and like he'll like mutter something under his breath, and then he'll yank the door open.
And as you do, it reveals another passageway. On the other side, this passage leads toward a set of double bronze doors bearing the engraved face of the jaguar god. Both walls of the corridor are carved to represent 2 lines of warriors in profile, holding hatchet-headed polearms and facing the western doors. The western doors.
Is the oh
I think that's a typo. There's no doors here.
I was gonna say there are no western doors.
Unless it's talking about this door
and
here.
oh, and he'll turn back at Bjolf, and he'll be like, so I think that it's a hallway to like the temple for a jaguar god.
I don't know anything about any jaguar gods. Do you?
I mean, no, I thought you would. Maybe, I don't know. Do I know anything about a jaguar god? A jaguar god?
You can give me a religion check. And yeah, no, they were talking like the warriors are set into the wall facing each other, so the east and western direction. I think it's just a typo. Cool. Um, you've heard of many different deities relating to animals and different things, but from your knowledge, you know that most animal deities are just a representation of another, like, greater god. And so you're not sure where the jaguar is connected.
So like other pagan religions, typically animals or animal gods aren't really like their own gods. They just represent other like bigger gods that like do a service for these
As you
for
say that,
worship them.
Bjolf's face goes completely white.
Like, are you okay? Like, wanna? So
Um,
I think we should go try open those double doors though. There's also two statues in there, so they can also be trapped. I'm really not the best at finding traps.
neither am I.
Do you
Yeah,
want me to take a look at it?
Yes.
he'd be willing to.
Because if it's a temple, you might be able to sleep in there. Or there could be
Uh,
horrible death on the other side. Who knows?
step out of the room in case I don't resolve the trap.
Yeah.
You can go ahead and give me an investigation or perception check. From what you can see, there just seems to be some artwork along the walls, and two of them seem to be like more lifelike than the rest. They are actually out of the wall and are built like stucco warriors.
I will test each of the floor panels before I move forward.
All right. And as you push on down the hallway, you get to here, and as soon as you press down on it, the floor sinks, and you watch as those two warriors spring out towards you, now facing, and their blades immediately cross, and lightning goes along the blades.
Ah, good thing I didn't just go blazing through this room.
So they're like blocking there.
Do it.
I'm sorry, what was that?
If I step back from this floor plate, does the statues undo themselves, or are they now just permanently there until I
They
solve this?
seem to be stuck there now.
Okay. Well, uh, guess we're being blocked off.
Is it just that empty hallway with the two statues, or is there like an
There's
altar?
artwork.
There's artwork.
There is a door there is a set of double doors at the other end as well.
Right. Well, I figured they were blocking us from something.
But yeah, no, it's just artwork of warriors all along the wall.
Can I take a look at some of this
Sure.
artwork?
Sure,
Onyx,
Sif, go ahead and give me a investigation check, actually.
All
Me?
right. Coming at
You
disadvantage.
can give me a history check if you'd like
Okay.
both.
Yes, please.
It seems like, to the best of your knowledge, Sif, the gas seems to be staying away from this door and seems to be floating heavily towards this direction. And also, interestingly enough, there's a large portion of the gas that just seems to be filtering out somewhere over in this area. Bjolf, it looks like more representations of these Ulman warriors. Um, it reminds you vaguely of your early childhood and the warriors you grew up around.
Cool. Yeah, that's what I was afraid of. Ah,
Joneth. Sif is gonna call back towards them.
All right, and that's where we're gonna stop you because we're gonna go over to
Perfect.
Dikuth and Kovash real quick.
I'm gonna go grab a
over to the
sure.
water real quick.
boys.
The boys. What's up, gentlemen? Moving some
All
around.
right, I'm just
We're flying.
plotting some
Yep,
movement
I feel ya.
here. This is 50. 10, 15,
I have a
30.
question for the DM.
Sure.
And I understand you didn't fully do half movement. Um,
Right.
but what if I used my movement to also move at half speed to drag Dikuth? So I picture you like
give
we
me
go
give me an give me an athletics check. Give me I know what you said. Give me an athletics
You're
check.
flying a Dikuth kite.
Exactly. Oh no.
advantage
Y-
Dikuth.
sure. Yeah, we'll let you go the full 120 then. Why not?
All right, well, that was 80.
So, but Dicketh, as you come around this corner, you do see spores in the air, and you're a little shocked and remember what happened in here, and you actually begin to cough a little bit more, and you have to or you actually do cough as you enter the room, so you have to slow your movement down anyways because the whistle ends.
So we'll say that this is where I end, or should I go the
You
full
can
rest?
go 10 more feet. Why not? As you like. Yeah, and actually, because Kovash, that one, yeah, Kovash's foot catches on something as well, and you both kind of just go down in a heap again. Katra.
Steve.
Yeah, he's moving. He's dying.
Sorry.
You are
Um,
pushed to talk on always.
I'm going to step into this room to see what was all the commotion.
You see two stucco-like warrior guardians with their polearm blades crossed in an X manner, not allowing you through. And along the blades, lightning and electricity is sparking. Not lightning, but electricity is sparking along the blades and along the haft of the weapons.
So I look at Jonathan. Well, first, actually, do I get a sense of the integrity of these statues? Do they seem very, because they're made out of stucco, right? Do they seem very like firm?
They seem pretty stout. It's hard to tell.
Um, and they take up the entire space. Like you can't cross between them, right?
Yeah, there does seem like there's a little tiny bit of room underneath it, underneath the blades to squeeze under, but you would have to do so extremely carefully and try not to touch whatever's happening with the blades.
I'm gonna look at Jonathan, and I'm gonna be like, so I could try to shatter the statues, but I would lose my last power of that level for the day, and I wouldn't be able to magically unlock a door.
Then don't.
Um, then what do you suggest we do about that? And he points at the electricity coursing through the swords.
The statues are two jaguar head warriors, right?
No, they are actually just. They have helmets on that represent the animal, but they are humanoid males. They're painted with vivid lifelike colors red, black, white, green, and yellow, which still hold true. And they are holding these hatchet headed pole arms.
Can I look at the paintings on the wall and see if these two soldiers show up anywhere in the painting?
Go ahead and give me an investigation check. It doesn't seem like their face shows up in any of the other warriors, no. Sif, what about you? What you up to, bud?
having called out to Jellenith and gotten nothing, you're just gonna kind of leave them to themselves since no one's listening, and is gonna come over and you said there was like a mural over here.
No, isn't that the wall with the cat of nine tails?
Let me double check. It's been so long.
The cat of nine tails, which Dikuth found out to be not real.
The wall is lined with tiger/lion skin and a set of cat nine tails. There's also a large calendar affixed upon the room. That might be the large calendar.
No, the calendar was
No, the large calendar is what we went through.
Yeah, went
Oh, I thought that's
through.
where the altar was.
Yeah, the
altar
altar
had
is
the
in front of
calendar
the door right
behind it.
here.
Ah,
Yeah. Hold on 1 second.
well, I got nothing here, guys. So unless you can find secret switches or something that unlocks it, this room is unpassable for us because as of right now, we got no resources. So, and I head back into the Jaguar room.
Well, that's usually okay.
Sif seeing Jellenith is gonna Jellenith. The air is filtering out and flowing strangely in this direction. And is gonna point at
Yes, sorry to interrupt. It's not a mural. It's the literal wall is carved to represent the face of a snarling tiger with hollow eyes. So like right here is this large tiger head carved into the wall.
and Sif's gonna kind of like with Jellenith over is gonna use the torch and kind of like point out the way that the air is kind of moving in this direction. He's gonna look and say either there's a vent here or something else.
You both can give me perception checks while you're standing there if you'd like.
I will aid because I have if I can.
Sure. Bjolf, what are you doing while they're investigating over there?
Is there a part of the statue that I could touch and not get electrocuted? Like the arm, perchance?
Yeah,
It's for you to find out.
only the blades really are covered in electricity. There is several sparks flying across it, but for the most part, they seem to be untouched.
Okay. So, fuck it. I walk up to the statues and I just sort of let a little blood pool in one of my hands and I just kind of like smear it along the arm of one and then along the other and just kind of see if it does anything.
You watch it burn away.
Whoop.
It just seems to
Huh.
boil on the surface and then disappear.
Huh.
Back to you guys over here real quick. John, as you're kind of taking in the artwork again and looking over it, you see that the left eye of the tiger is completely hollow, but there's a latch in the right eye of the tiger.
Huh. The eyes are hollow, and there's a latch in the right eye. I mean, if you want to pull it, but I feel like we need something on that left side. Almost as if we need an eye of the tiger. Wow! Oh yeah.
Sif kind of stops, and you can't tell, but he's getting kind of like a white feeling in his face, and is this gonna look at the hollow hole? Does this look like it would have been big enough, or that that heart might have fit in it?
No, it looks barely big enough to get your fists through.
Oh. Well, then Sif's gonna kind of shrug and kind of motion for Jelen to take a step back, and newfound courage. He's gonna reach into the right eye and attempt to pull the latch.
And you hear a loud grating sound as the ceiling above you opens up and the wall in front of you, along with the tiger face, slide straight up.
Sif's already in battle stance.
The walls in front of you glow magenta, bathing the corridor with a ghostly hue. Oh, I cannot grab. Nope, I don't want to do that. Nope. There you go. After 15 feet, the floor drops away to a pit that fills the hallway ahead. The pit is 25 feet deep, and you see from your advantage that there are 8 large, spidery bushes with thorny stems, white leaves, and enormous yellow blossoms growing across their bottoms.
What is this place?
Sif kind of steps Jelith. This is your territory, is it not?
5 feet beyond the nearest edge of the pit is a bronze bar, set level with the floor and embedded in the pit walls to either side. Farther out over the pit can be seen other similar bronze rungs set at 5-foot intervals. On the floor by the edge of the pit is a scattering of broken, rotting wooden planks.
So you broke out there at the end, scattering, rotting what?
Planks, wooden planks. It seems like there used to be some sort of bridge or something here.
Oh boy, it's monkey bars, guys.
No, it's more like walking on them.
Oh, okay.
They're like
The-
even
oh, I
with
thought
the
that.
floor.
Okay, I thought the copper bars were above us,
No,
and we were
it's
supposed
like
to
it
try
would
and
like
swing.
be, what is that? One of those ones where you have to like balance on those.
Oh.
So yeah, you'd have to like theoretically walk across them.
Oh boy.
All right, and then Dikuth and Kovesh, while they're doing that, you can go ahead.
Well, after collapsing to the floor, Dikuth actually he kind of hawks up whatever's in his lung and he spits it out. And Kovash, if you notice, it's real dark green. Um, and then he takes a deep breath, blows his whistle again.
Jelenith and Bjolf, give me a perception check. And you guys
Okay.
can take your movement. Jelenith and Bjolf, now you definitely hear it. There is an eagle screaming, echoing down this hallway.
What?
That was
Did you just
60
hear an
feet.
eagle?
Is it like the hallway where the crossed swords are?
No, it's like where you guys came from.
Like where's the
Over
eagle
here.
screeching?
Did we go?
The blue mark over here.
It's coming from the west, from the door from the original entrance we came in to get into this room. We gotta hurry and get out of here, guys.
Didn't your friend have some kind of whistle?
He had like an undead whistle,
Wait,
apparently.
and Sif turns around and says, he found one. In just that hall.
You
Do you think that could be the sound it's making?
Sif's gonna listen.
Go ahead and give me a perception check.
Sorry, I'm a little hard of hearing. I'm exhausted.
Also, you have a big giant metal helmet on.
That too.
Yeah, and you do remember that he did blow it for a short time when he first found it, and that's exactly what it sounds like.
Clunk clunk. I'm running. and can I tell if in which direction it's coming from?
Yeah, it's echoing out of this corridor.
Clunk 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 clunk.
Clunk, 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 clunk. Katra, what are you
Dash.
doing?
Clunk.
And it's growing louder as the further you travel that direction.
I'm sorry, you keep breaking up.
Am I really? Just for you or everybody?
For slightly for me, but I thought it was just because we're on the same internet.
It's happening
I'm getting
to
a
me.
little bit of breakup from you. It's not horrible, but it's usually at the end of sentences.
All
Yep.
right.
Yeah, same.
Okie dokie. What are you doing, Katra? Basically, you hear this eagle screaming, and you watch as Sif takes off down that hallway.
Well, because this is still happening in the same day that we fought those pirates, right?
What pirate?
Oh, no. There was like
No, no, that
the
Oh,
was
pirates
no,
in
that
the
was a while
island.
ago.
Oh, okay.
That was at least a week ago,
Are you
if
sure?
not more.
Oh, dang, you're right.
At
Yeah.
least if not more, because it happened
Yes.
like
wow,
halfway.
that was a throwback.
All right.
Yes.
No, but I'm saying like we haven't
Pirates
slept
were
since we
halfway through
landed
the
on the
journey.
island, right?
We slept
No,
before
we slept just before falling down into
Yep.
the temple.
Otherwise, I'd have 2 exhaustion points, and we'd be really
Oh, okay.
screwed.
Okay.
And we'd all have 1.
So I'm gonna just be like, I don't even know what's going on in this place anymore.
I think Sif just went to go confront the eagle.
I
So what do
think he
these
went to go find your friends.
what do these 2 doors look like?
It's another set of double bronzed doors that open away from you.
So I'm going to push them both open,
All
like
right.
in a very like grandiose, like I'm here, I'm free, bitches type
All
of way.
right. And they actually, with relative ease, swing open, compared to most of the other doors. And it leads to a long hallway that curves at the end.
Guys, we've got a long hallway here. I'm
Well,
gonna
so
go.
far,
Give me a perception check,
so far,
Katra.
that hallway sounds better than any of these other hallways we've gone down.
At least it's a hallway with nothing in it.
Yes, I'm down for that. I'm down
Alright,
for
what's
just
in your
Right
something
here.
normal.
Right here. You see where I'm
Where?
clicking? Down the hallway?
I'm not getting anything.
Down here? Oh, you doofus.
Can you do the snap click?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Whoa.
Dope, that worked.
So up here, right here, you see the very edge and ending of a root. Like the roots of a tree.
Does it look like a normal route, or can I tell from this
It's not
distance?
really easy to tell from this distance.
I am going to use. Hold on, let me double check. Okay, so what I am going to do is I'm going to pull out a torch because I have one. I have those, and I am going to prestidigitation a fire on it,
Okay.
and then of that fire, I am going to cast control flames and turn it into a kind of like bird and send it flying down the hallway.
Alright. And as you watch as this bird, it lights up the rest of the hallway, and you just see roots all along the end of the hallway. Spidering along the wall, the floor.
Okay. And I'm going to like let the bird extinguish and like step back.
Alright.
It is nothing but roots just like all over everywhere. But there is a way to like traverse.
As long
So,
as roots don't reach out and grab you.
two paths with plants, a path blocked off by electrifying weapons, and another path that just says curse, death,
Did anyone
beware.
did anyone check over there?
Oh, I guess there is that door. I'm gonna go check those roots real quick.
Okie dokie. Go ahead, Dikuth and Kovesh, to take your movement.
Sounds good. Let me
And
just
this,
measure this
if
up
you
again.
now hear this like screeching coming down the hallway.
I'm running full sprint, and I'm going. And you know what? I'm running.
Sure.
So I can hear my own click, clunk, clunk, clunk. Dikuth, Kovash.
Does the screeching sound like it's getting closer to us?
Yes. And
Like,
now
I
you
think-
hear Sif yell out Dikuth Kovash, which you boys also hear down the hallway. Katra, Jeleneth, Bjolf, what are you guys doing?
Rolling my eyes because clearly Kovash and Dikuth has got themselves into something else. And then I'm just gonna like calmly walk across the room here, and
Okie dokie.
Do these roots look like normal tree roots, or are they somewhat sickly looking?
They are incredibly sickly looking.
Ah,
And you look down, this is another hallway that has no roots but leads further on. Katra.
another freaking hallway.
but that hallway has nothing, right?
Yeah, this hallway is just looks like a hallway.
Sounds good to me.
Alrighty.
You want to go that way? Should we wait for them to catch up? There's some type of weird
I,
sounds over there.
I'm just tired of hallways trying to kill us.
Bjolf, what
No
are you
doubt.
doing?
I wonder what's behind the other hallway. Now.
Wait. Where did every?
We're right next
Where's
to you.
this?
Sif went clunk,
Where?
clunk,
Down here.
clunk, clunk.
Where's this other hallway? Oh, there we go. All right, cool. Human eyes. Yep. I shimmy my way on over to this empty hallway.
There you go. Dikuth Kovash. And Sif, the sight you see Dikuth in air with a whistle in his mouth, arms on T-posing Kovash, who is using his legs to run and skip along the ground as they come.
He's T-posing?
Yes, very much so. As they
Okay.
come careening around the corner.
Seeing and since Sif is in full sprint when this is coming and just knows this isn't going to end well, Sif is going to pull his shield up in front as he crashes into. To probably
Yeah, you all just literally end up in a pile of metal, armor, weapons, and bones. And
Dikuth
flesh.
would probably actually drop Kovash about 10 feet behind, and he would, like, Dikuth would just hit the ground and instantly vomit and go into coughing fits.
Yeah. Fun, guys.
You definitely hear all of that. The rest of you.
Sounds like Sif is fighting an eagle.
Crash, bang, pow. Crash.
Can I head towards the sound wherever that hallway
Yeah,
is?
you can head towards the
Where is
top.
that
We're gonna
hallway?
drop turn order now. You guys are good.
Sif
Okay.
picking, even if he's still in mid vomit, is going to pick up kind of Dikuth and kind of turn him turn him until he stops puking, and then get him on his back and like check it all around. I mean, he wants to make sure that this guy is good.
And
He
just
gets-
as you're checking him, he literally turns and vomits down the front of your armor, and you just see this green, phlegmy vomit that has fuzzy-looking spores in it. And that's where we're gonna take our break.
Eagle! I was gonna shoot an eagle. No.
Wow, the ranger is just like, now I want to go hunting.
Oh
Hey,
my
sounded like
goodness.
the eagle was coming towards us. All right. It looked
I
like
know,
it was
this is
coming to
great.
kill us.
All right. So
Well,
we're
let's
gonna
go.
we're gonna take let's say meet back at 8:45.
Okay.
Sounds good.
Alrighty.
ID. Is
welcome back to Dikuth's Band of Merry Men on New Platinum Content. We just took our quick break, and before that, we had several interesting things happen. Bjolf got himself into a constrictor trap, which would apparently drop him into some sort of pit, as well as a few heated debates about where the party should continue on to, as Kovash and Dikuth remembered that Dikuth had an eagle whistle that allowed him to fly extremely fast, and was able to catch up after a few rounds in terms of them exploring and helping Bjolf. And that's where we pick up as Kovash and Dikuth kind of have an accident crash onto Sif. Sif begins checking him out, and during that time, Dikuth is throwing up and being sick, and proceeds to have these vomit-like spores in his vomit, and that's where we pick up Sif as you hold Dikuth in your hands.
John comes running around a corner, bow drawn, ready to shoot this giant eagle, whatever that's coming to attack us.
And you just see the three guys basically in like a cuddle puddle.
I follow with like 2 daggers ready to like throw him.
So
you can see
you guys
Sid
should.
covered in bile, and he is unmoving. He just actually is just continuing to stare, and actually he's going to switch arms and kind of just.
When I see Dikuth throwing up, can I see the spores in the vomit?
Go ahead and if you get closer, yeah, you can.
Okay.
I don't recommend going through that door, guys.
What's going on?
I kind
here?
of I
There's so
kind of
much liquid.
I kind of push Sif out of the way, and I kind of crouch over Dikuth, and I pull a vial out of my like a side pouch, and you can't tell what's in it, but I kind of like grab Dikuth, and I'm like, just open your mouth, and I dump the vial into his mouth, and I cast protection from poison on him.
Okay.
That tastes like shit.
It tastes like pennies.
Ew.
That's what I thought it was. Was it? Wait, was it all jelly-like, or was it still pure liquid?
It was relatively liquid.
So,
Ah,
Dikuth, as you're being force fed this
Jelly shot.
Did you say penny flavored?
It's 100% blood mixed with some other like
got you.
herbs.
Got you.
Yeah.
Yep.
Blood mixed with blood.
You definitely get that hard iron taste in your mouth, and as it goes down your gullet, you feel it soothe your back of your throat, and it calms your stomach, and you are no longer poisoned. However, you still feel extremely ill.
That helps a lot, Bjolf. I don't know if it did everything, but thank you.
You're welcome. Don't know if there's anything else I can do for you, but should at
Sif's,
least keep you from dying.
Sif's gonna look over the bile and such and spread apart the spores on his plate arm a bit before he's gonna look at. Oh, Koch is not around.
Yeah, I am in the hallway.
Will wipe his the plate arm off, and then he's gonna take his gauntlet off and reveal the heavily scarred hand for a moment after kind of pulling off another like leather glove and wrapping. And he's gonna place his hand like on Dikuth's chest, and he's gonna just kind of close his eyes and just tell him to breathe. And he's just gonna kind of try and reach and feel. He doesn't have any lay on hands left, but with the light whispers, he just wants to feel, see if he
You
can.
can give me a medicine check.
Yeah.
You're not really sure over the thudding heartbeat of Dikuth himself You do feel very at the like lightest vibrations as he breathes in. You just feel this like gurgle bubble that vibrates his chest.
Sif's gonna
Don't let
kind
me
of
die down here, please.
Sif's gonna reach up, grab Bjolf's hand, and place it right under where Sif's is, and have him continue for a moment,
Um.
and ask
Oh, yep.
and ask him if he can tell.
Bjolf, even
Uh,
just putting your bare hand, you feel as he breathes in, you feel across your hand just this.
as though there's fluid in his lungs,
Yeah.
or like the spores are in his lungs.
Yeah.
Okay. Um, do I know what I could do to fix that?
Um, give me a medicine check, please. You would think you might have some sort of spells maybe to deal with it, but probably not prepared with you today. Um, it could be an affliction of some kind, a disease, some kind of um, curse. Even you're not entirely sure what is happening there, but you probably do have something that can deal with it.
Okay. I look over at Sif and I'm like, there's nothing I can do about it now. But if we can get somewhere safe and sleep, I might be able to do something about it tomorrow.
Is it tomorrow? Do we know?
You're not really sure.
That was in character.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad.
It's I don't know. We've been underground forever.
You're right, Bjolf. You guys go forward for a minute. I'm gonna clean this up, clean Dikuth up, and we'll be right behind. I promise.
Or and Katra will just like wave his hand and like clean up the.
And yeah, you all see this wave of just magic dissipate all the vomit in the area.
And Sif is going to kind of turn around, take off his helmet, and look at Katra, and say once more, "I'll clean this up, and we'll be right behind you." And for the first time, is giving the stern, "Just do it," with even a pleading please in those yellow eyes.
And as everybody walks away, Dikuth will actually grab you by the neck piece of your armor, Sif, and pull you closer. And Sif, I know we haven't known each other long, but I don't want to die down here. I don't want to end up like Kova or Elzan.
And Sifkai is going to kind of look and watch for everyone. And when everyone kind of if everyone is hesitating for a moment, he's going to say, "Please, I have one thing I might be able to do, but I need."
And you look like you see Katra's eyes kind of like lock onto yours, and they look like normally they look black, bleak, and dark. You can't really tell that there's any color in them at all. And he just firmly says, "I'm not leaving."
Sure,
Well, I
whatever you
can't
want,
tell
bud.
because I can still see Dikuth's vision.
Oh yeah.
Radius or whatever.
I got you.
Up into the sky, and he's just going to say in a light whisper, only Dikuth might be able to hear, "I offer my arm forged it.
I'm sorry, could you say that again? I could not hear you, actually.
I offer my arm. You forged it. Don't let my failure be his death.
You stand there for a moment, and there's just a resounding silence that echoes around you. To the point where your ears start to beat from your own heartbeat, and nothing happens.
Bjolf grits his teeth and he looks over at Sif. If you're calling out to your god, he won't hear you here.
Sif is going to kind of clutch onto Dikuth and pull him up over onto his shoulder. We're merry men. So don't you start telling me sad things. You'll be fine.
I can walk for now, Sif. But
Uh,
I don't know how much longer I'll be able to stand.
And best we find a way out of
Then let me
here.
help
And
you
Bjolf
along.
to walk.
can I get an insight check?
Sure. Who are you inciting, and what are you looking for?
I am inciting Sif, and I am looking for if he is showing signs of lying when he tells Dikuth that he's going to be okay.
Go ahead and give me an insight check. What do you say, Sif? Would you like me to answer?
It's the voice of a shaken man who's told 1,000 men they would be okay before they died.
It's very true. As the rest of you continue on, what are you doing?
Sif will continue on.
All right.
I think we move up. I go up.
Sif gets along, putting his helmet back on, hiding his face, and returning to Stoutward silence.
Can I be sort of like a lever that would put the spark?
Could you say that again for me? Oh,
Can I keep a lookout for any sort of like potentially lever or trigger or button that would get rid of the lightning on those two?
sure. Give me an investigation check.
So good at those.
While you're investigating, Dikuth's probably just gonna come up with a shatter spike and cut it in half.
All
I'm
right.
like, damn.
Not like the sword part, but probably like the base of the statue.
Okay. 2 seconds.
We need to go up. And actually, no. Never mind. Got this going on.
Go ahead and give me an attack roll. Mule, you begin looking, and you're investigating the pressure plate that Jelenith originally did step on to test the floor. as Dikuth walks up and strikes the base of uh, the statue, and you watch as it just it goes about 3 inches into it, and you watch as it and it starts cracking all through the entire statue. Um, it looks weakened, but it seems to be standing still.
To go about it. But it does it seem to be working?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Dikuth swings again.
give me another strike. All right, roll damage. Jesus, Dikuth. Can you not roll a
Damn,
one?
Dickens.
You watch as he strikes a second time into where he hit, causing this large chip out of it, and it just crumbles to the floor. The blade hitting the other statue and carving a large gash across the chest of it before it crashes into the floor. And you watch as the electricity sparks out of life. And the hallway seems clear.
You'll just kind of chuckle.
I will move Brisk over to the doors. Do they look? How do they look?
They are.
Besides,
One second. So yeah, these doors are double bronze doors with the engraved face of a jaguar god of some kind.
okay, do they? Does it seems to open in or out?
Towards you.
I grab both of them if there's a handle and pull them both open in the same kind of like
I'm here,
way.
bitches. All right. So, yeah, the door opens up into somewhat of a T section in front of you. When the door does come open, a rush of warm, fetid air greets you. The room is lit with a sanguine glow. On the wall opposite the door are tacked several human skins. A cat o' nine tails does hang beside them. To the west, the room widens to accommodate a large statue that towers almost to the ceiling. The statue is an ogre-like figure, outfitted in flayed skins and adorned with skulls, with a gaping mouth wide enough to swallow a horse whole. It is seated atop a huge basin of red-hot coals more than 10 feet in diameter. Around the statue is a pile of splintered bones, skulls with cracked pates, I don't know that word, and broken weapons. In front of the display crouches a panther, deathly still, facing away from the statue. To the east, the walls are highly polished. They loosely enclose an intricately carved well that seems to be illuminated from within. That's this over here. Beyond the well, mounted on the wall, is a blackened mirror with a richly ornamented frame. Directly above the well, in the 25-foot high ceiling, a 5-foot wide opening can be discerned in the red light of the room.
You said there's a hole in the ceiling.
Yes.
Katra like stops dead and like points to the jaguar, and just kind of like says very like calmly, "Is that real?"
Sif kind of walks in and looks at the skins on the wall and is going to look at everyone and say, okay, I don't need divine sense to know this is not good. Let's now.
Sif, there is a cat that
Kovash goes and invests black.
You're going to
Kovash,
investigate the what, Kovash?
The mirror.
Kovash. That's probably not a good idea. Also, is this jaguar? I'm just gonna back.
Dikuth is actually going to blow his whistle, and he's going to investigate this channel in the ceiling.
Okay. All right. So first things first, right? Katra backs up. Sif backs up. Kovash, you're approaching the mirror.
I
What do
came
you-
up, saw the skins, said, "You guys, I don't need divine sense to know that's bad." No, I walked back.
You stare into the mirror, Kovash, and see yourself, and you do look like a skeleton of the man you used to be. But other than that, it appears to be a normal mirror. Dikuth, as you fly up, you do notice that yeah, directly above the well, you have to fly 25 feet up to this 5 foot wide opening, and there is like red light coming out of this opening, and are you entering it? It seems to like go up and then turn, like there's directly a corner that you'd have to go up and enter into.
I'm going to do something I don't normally do. I'm going to investigate for trap.
All right, give me an investigation. What are the rest of you doing?
I heard
Heyo.
Ketra talking about an animal.
Yeah, you
not seeing.
see a
That could come in-
large panther
Sure.
standing statue-like still.
You talking to me?
No, not you. That's for
Yeah,
Jonathan.
I'm pretty sure that's real and it's waiting to attack.
I will approach at a low crouch. Right there. Does it move at all, or breathe at all, or look at me at all?
It does, and it slowly pads around you, continuing to walk. It's interesting. As you approach it, it doesn't seem to even look at you or notice that you're there, but it does divert its path around you and immediately continues on.
Sif sees a panther heading in the direction towards.
Where does it go?
It goes
Huh.
to right behind Dikuth and then just begins padding back and forth in this line.
What is that?
Luckily, Dikuth is 25 feet in there.
What is this thing again?
This seems to be some sort of well that has light going out of it. Dikuth, as you're investigating, you hear a deep rumbling. You don't see any traps, but you do hear like a
Coming from the tunnel above?
yeah, and it's much deeper than what I can produce. It's a deep rumbling snore.
Okay. I am going to
I tried.
fly very quietly.
What?
I'm
I
gonna.
definitely
Sure.
like
You're flying where?
Up into the tunnel. I'm just gonna peek my head over what I assume is a ledge and see if I can see anything.
What is the minor illusion that's being cast?
I am going to cast. I'm gonna make like a small. Well, we'll say a rat, and have it scurry like in front of the panther, and have it scurry up towards the other chamber a bit, and see if what the panther does.
It continues its pace. It doesn't even seem to take notice of the rat.
Did Dikuth just disappear?
Yeah, he's no longer in your sight line. Dikuth.
Kovash wants to knock on the mirror.
All right. So how loud are you knocking? Like a
Oh.
regular knock? Like what the
I
hell?
don't know if I can hear if it sounds like there's space behind it or if it's like against a wall.
So like a tap?
Kinda, yeah, but with my
Okay.
knuckles.
As you press your ear near and start listening, it seems like it's up against a stone wall. There.
Ooh.
Dikuth, as you begin to slowly make your way up into this large chamber, I'm going to take
I
the
say,
character.
guys, Dikuth is
Handouts?
gone again.
Nope.
Ah,
Not yet.
I'm still really confused flying quietly while blowing on a whistle.
No one
Don't
ever said it
ask
was
questions,
quietly.
Don.
You never had to blow the whistle loudly.
Um,
Did we hear the whistle go off?
oh yeah, the whistle is loud and going.
All right, that's exactly what I thought. I just
Uh,
wanted to make sure because I didn't hear that part.
Of course, basically, just assume that if he's flying right now, there's a loud eagle screech going on.
So if you hear an eagle, Dikuth is flying. If you hear bagpipes, Dikuth is invisible.
So, Dikuth, as you fly up into this chamber, you notice this large being that has this aquamarine blue skin,
Oh.
stark white hair, and he seems to be covered in what you're probably gonna assume is some sort of skin. And he's wrapped himself in it, and all in this chamber, all along the ground and near him, are just bones. Hundreds and
Yeah.
hundreds of bones. And as you come up into this and your whistle is blasting into the chamber, you see him, and one large red eye turns right at you. Roll initiative.
Oh,
Fuck!
Oof.
Real initiative saved my life lately, guys.
+1 to my initiative from last time. I'll
Lock
take
the
it.
door, blow out the light. The hungry Oni haunts the night. Hide and tremble, little one. The Oni wants to have some fun.
Oh me, oh my, oni, oh my.
Oh, Dick has got the nat 20.
That's 2 nat 20s in a row, boys.
The torch should be. The torch is Buell.
Which one of you has a higher dexterity? Katra,
Definitely Dicketh.
Katra,
I
Dikuth.
think.
I believe I only have like an 11. Let me double check.
Katra hasn't re-rolled a new
I
initiative
haven't
yet.
rolled a new initiative yet. I lost my token.
Oh, I have a 13. Nice.
Nope, stop.
Too late.
No, I don't think that was enough. Stop. Alright. Let me see his stuff. Oof. Well, that's pretty good for you guys.
Oh!
I
I
thought
am
you were
confused.
joking about it being an Oni, but that token looks like an Oni.
Oh, it is. Dikuth!
Well,
As this large
we're level
creature
5. We can be
begins to
fine.
roll over and roar this foul smelling breath into your face and bones rattle around you, what are you doing?
I am descending. Full movement.
Dun, 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 bum, bum.
I am
Full
descending.
He's using a
full
homeward
movement all the way back down
Here
to
you
the
go.
ground.
Here's your person. So that'll be 35 feet of your flight.
And
Are
then
we
I
all-
actually fly right into the middle of the group. And I stop blowing the whistle, and the guy with the skin, the guy who makes the skin, he's up there.
Oh, and Sif, if I can respond, is gonna grab him by the jerkin, pull him close, face to space, and say, "If you do that again, I will kill you."
Noted.
Is that your turn?
And then realizes he's standing next to a panther.
Actually, Dikuth is going to
Ignore it.
draw Shatter Spike.
Yeah. Never
Alright.
mind. I already said my I already said
Is
my
that your
word.
turn?
That is my turn.
Sure, Katra. You just heard a bellowing roar that shook the very temple around you. And you saw Dikuth fly out from the ceiling and say what he said. What are you doing?
Oh, Snapple. I am going to I'm going to direct people towards the door and be like, "Hey guys, I think it's a nice time to bail the fuck out this area. So let me remind you that the exit is this way, and please mind the panther. Don't attack it, and it probably won't attack us. And let's just go."
Guys, let's say death. If you would please follow me in an orderly
He's
fashion.
gonna hold his movement. Right? Can I hold my movement?
No.
Yes, you can. It's movement or action.
Since when? It's not
If
allowed
not,
by standard 5e rules.
so then I'm gonna move like 5, 10, 15, 20 this.
The compendium isn't the like they reword things so it could be wrong.
Then why can I never find this?
I can look
I
in my actual
literally don't see this anyways.
actions in combat under ready.
Oh, if you search ready in the compendium.
Alright.
I think the theory that in theory you're readying the dash action.
Go ahead.
Okay, I was gonna say I would then ready my movement to or dash if somebody came running out. I would run out with them, or run in the same direction as they were running with them.
Okay. Is that it? chilling.
Um, not really paying too much attention to. I mean, all of a sudden, Dikuth is back. I'm like, oh, and he said it's the guy he made the skin maker. He's up there.
Yep.
I'm gonna try two things, if you allow me to do it. First, I'm gonna try speaking to the panther in common.
Okay.
I say, hold friend, what causes you to pace as so?
It doesn't seem to have a reaction at this point. It seems to have when Dikuth took up that square, it walked around you and took up its place at the statue and became stock still.
Okay, and then I'm gonna try and repeat what I said, but in Maztican.
And you said what again?
Ho friend, what causes you to pace as so?
And you do see like movement for the first time. It kind of twitches its ears and lets out a low growl that lasts for a long time.
What are the chances you'd let me insight check that for whether it was an aggressive growl?
You can insight check it. It's not really like an aggressive growl as much as it is like, this is my area and I'm defending it, like protectoring type of deal. Defensive
Okay.
mode.
Territory.
Okay. Uh, well, I turn back to the guy, turn back to everyone else, like, all right, so we need to get out of here. Panther's not a problem. So, and uh, I will move into the hall.
Alrighty. Sif.
Uh, I'm going to let go of Dikuth. After having pretty much said, if you do that again, I'll kill you. And she kind of pats his shoulder and says, in a loving way, of course, and is going to put Dikuth to his back, draw, and hold it forward. Since his shield's on his back right now, and kind of just hold it with one hand and the other hand back, and it's just going to kind of, as if Dikuth moved into the room, like keeping forward front and moving, following after him.
Okay.
Otherwise, he's going to hold here.
Excellent.
In which case, then I shall take the dodge action with my action. I'll hold my movement. Yeah, I think that's probably true. Yeah, sorry.
Alright. You all see this large, hulking, muscular, blue-tinged skinned creature that has skin flaps in a cloak hanging off of it. And as it floats out of the hole that Dikuth flew out of and stays about 20 feet off the ground. And you see him swirl his hand in a circle as the temperature in the room just drops. And you all watch as freezing rain and sleet begin hailing into the room.
No.
Sleet storm.
Oh no.
So that is a large area.
It is a very large area, and it's one of my favorite spells.
To go around corners.
It does.
It does.
Oh, Schnapple.
because it is a circle on a point that you can see.
Isn't
Question.
it like a 20-foot tall cylinder and like a 40-foot radius?
No, other way around. I think it's a 20-foot radius, but a 40-foot tall cylinder. It's
I-
huge.
It is
And I
a
re-
40-foot radius, 20-foot
Oh.
tall cylinder. So,
Oh,
and the point
no.
he chooses is here.
I've looked at all these spells because I have a cold wizard in my game.
Can I get my reaction to move with Jealous?
Sure. Yep. Yeah, so essentially this entire area is now covered in ice, freezing rain, sleet. The ground you're all standing on becomes basically a uh, frozen slip and slide. And then he kind of floats back up a little bit and watches you all. Beowulf, can I get a dexterity saving throw, please?
Yeah.
All right. You go to take your first step and you slip slightly, but you're very used to it and catch yourself and are able to move.
All right. Cool.
But
Um,
you do have half movement.
Okay. I am going to use. Well, before I do this, I kind of look at both. Is Kovash really still all the way over there?
Yep.
Yeah.
Kovash
Oh,
He was
is
at the
slow.
mirror.
He's at the
Okay.
mirror about to knock it pretty much and turning around
Oh.
to see this. Whoa.
So I look at Kovash and Dikuth and I say, just find your way to the door. And I'm going to use Shar's touch to cast both darkness and silence centered on myself.
Oof. All right.
And then I'm going to move the fuck out.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a nasty addition to the spell. I forgot about that.
Mm-hmm.
Wait,
15
so
foot
does this
radius.
darkness move with you?
I think it just stays centered
Yeah.
on the area.
Okay.
Wait, where'd
Yeah,
that
you cast a darkness spell, so it's wherever you choose the point to be,
Yeah.
basically. So let's change this color to black for darkness. 5. Is this where you're centering it? Like right here?
Like right your
So yeah, basically y'all are covered in darkness here. Something like that. And that's your turn?
yeah.
Gotcha. Kovash, you turn around to watch a large being floating 20, 25 feet above you cast some sort of magic among your allies as the room becomes instantaneously cold and icy, and you're getting pelted with sleet and rain that's freezing you to your core. What are you doing? Oh yeah, also give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
There's also now a giant cloud of darkness from
Oh
where
yeah,
you came from.
that too.
Oh.
So yeah, you don't slip as well. You're pretty stable on your feet, but you do still have half movement.
I think Kovac is gonna go into a frenzied rage.
Okay.
He's gonna move because this thing's out of range as he draws his great sword of pain. But he's gonna basically move under it to like right here to be ready to engage if it comes down. And I guess hold my action to attack if it comes in range.
Alrighty. Dikuth, you are now in complete darkness. But still getting hit by ice and rain and sleet. Oh, give me a dexterity saving throw, please.
Okie dokie.
Oof.
Oh,
So
our first
as
fallen.
the darkness basically comes out of nowhere, you jump back slightly, and because of it, your feet go out from under you, and you hit the ground hard, and you're prone. And it'll take half movement to stand back up, and then you'll have half of that movement to move.
Instead of standing up, can I just blow the whistle and Superman out of the room?
Oh wait.
If you can do it if you can remember your way out of the room.
Wait.
No. Oh no.
Wait, does the whistle
You-
work in silence?
Cannot use it. As you blow into the whistle, there's no screech.
Oh, sorry.
Well, Dikuth stands up then,
Oh,
and he uses his last 15 to clumsily feel his way out of this room.
Well, actually, you only have I'll give you 10 feet because you're
Yeah,
halved
sure.
from the difficult terrain as well.
All right. Well, out of the room I am.
All right, Katra, dexterity saving throw, please. All right, you are fine, sir. As the sleet and hail begins coming through the doorway and pelting you along the back.
I am going to kind of like in a very dancing looking type of way, kind of like slip out of the room.
All right. Remember, your speed is halved. It's as far as the darkness spell goes, Dikuth.
Would be half to move out, so because it would be 10, 20, would it be 25 to the next square?
Um, no, I'm not familiar on the resetting of movement.
Um,
I think
I'm just
because the
gonna.
difficult terrain has halved your speed, it doesn't become normal again. So yeah, just treat it as
I thought it was only. I thought it was only. It took half. It took twice the amount of movement normal to transverse those squares.
um,
I'm not sure.
Yeah, difficult terrain.
Yes,
Yep.
difficult terrain. It requires an extra feet for every 1 feet you move. So you're at half speed
Yep.
until you're out of the circle.
I'm gonna dash, so it doesn't matter anyway.
Okay. Okie dokie. Is that your turn then, Katra?
Sorry, I was still counting.
You're good.
40. I'm gonna get there, and I'm gonna call out. I'm heading towards the southwest door.
Okay. Heard. Jeleneth. Thank you.
Oh no!
Oh no! Thank you for being honest. And yeah, you will have to use half movement as you skid to a halt for a second and lose your balance completely. Um, in this slick, icy room or a hallway that is now being created.
I'm actually going to spend my turn crawling, not my turn crawling actually.
Okay. Sorry.
So there's 15 feet right up to the door, and then I'm going to ready my action with my bow drawn to shoot into the darkness. Should I see a form I do not recognize come out?
Got it. Alrighty, Sif. You are
Uh,
in complete darkness.
all right. Painting picture for kind of what it was at. So Sif had axe forward and Hanley kind of at the kind of side, readied when the darkness hit. So you kind of like got a more like widened, readied stance for a moment.
Give me a
As
dexterity saving throw,
that's
please.
what I'm giving you right now.
Thank you. Ooh. Why did I exit out of this?
Remember shift double click.
Yeah.
Lifesaver.
All right. Yes, you are good.
All right. But and like hand kind of reaching back to kind of feel Dikuth. So I kind of imagine literally feeling Dikuth just slightly falling onto the ground. Knowing, not hearing anything, not hearing it. Sif doesn't know what's going on, doesn't know that was Behold, so he's just going to kind of close his eyes, take his shield off his back, and step forward. The only direction he knew where this thing had been coming from.
Alrighty.
Into the darkness and see Kovash. And he's gonna look up and is just gonna say in a low tone, "Why is it always me?" And I'm gonna hold my action to attack if this thing comes in range with Kovash in unison.
Sure. Keep in mind you barely see him as he is heavily obscured by the sleet storm that is currently happening.
Wait. Never mind. Too late. That's my turn. Fuck.
Uh, Alrighty. Ooh. Kovash. Never mind. You can barely see it. You do see that he floats above and over you into. Nope. He'll stay here. And he'll just stare down at you. You saw his hands move again, but he just floats over a couple of feet. Bjolf.
Yeah.
It's your turn.
Okay. Well, you said we were running, so do I have to make another dexterity save or no?
Yes, please.
Oh, fabulous. Okay. Whoop. Oh
Oof.
yeah.
Yeah, you are running through the hallway and you're having to jump over the destroyed statue, and doing so you just slip and go straight to your back.
Oh. Oh. All right. I'll just use half my movement to stand up and hobble down
Yeah.
the hallway.
You have 10 feet because you still are in difficult terrain.
Okay. Can I use my action to dash since I didn't really?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Are your spells concentration?
Hmm. What, the one that I just cast?
Yeah.
That was from her weapon.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Because sleep storm, where if
Yeah.
that requires concentration, you have to roll again at
Right.
disadvantage each turn.
Right.
It's a fun spell.
Yeah. I love it. Kovash.
Yeah.
Thank you.
How high is this well?
Like the walls of the well.
Lip of it.
What's that?
Like the lip of it.
It's not tall. It's
Are you gonna
Tall
jump off
enough
the
for me
well
to
to hit
launch
him?
myself off of and get my attacks.
How high can you jump?
I use.
I think
Oh,
it's
never.
only like a couple feet off the ground. It's not high.
Can I use my shield to give him a boost?
If you were holding your action to do so previously.
But I'm not.
High jump is number
3 plus
3
strength
plus strength
modifier.
mod.
What is it?
It is strength plus. Oh, it's 3 plus strength mod if you move at least 10 feet on foot immediately before the jump. Standing half jump, you can jump half that distance. So it's 3 plus the strength mod divided by 2 if you're doing a standing
I
half
guess
jump.
what I'm saying is if I can high jump 7 feet and am about 5 feet tall,
I
will the
will allow attacks at disadvantage. Like,
athletics at disadvantage?
I would allow attacks at disadvantage because you're like swinging at his feet. Then.
And I'm raging, so can I reckless them anyways?
Yep. So regular.
Yeah.
Whoa. Miss, hit. So yeah, as you leap into the air and do a flurry of blows, the first two you just launch way too early and he just lifts his foot up. But you manage to jab up straight with the last one as you're descending and catch the back of his calf.
Can I also use the last charge for my sword?
Sure.
I take 2 damage.
Nice.
And I have to double check the item. Is it 2d6 extra damage on that then? Yes.
Yep.
23 points of magical slashing damage.
Oh, go Kovash.
Be happy I was able to attempt those, Sif, because I'm Zerker raging, and if I couldn't attack him, you were getting attacked.
I know.
All right. And that's the end of your turn as you hear a loud as you land a pretty vicious blow into the back, nearly carving along his entire calf.
This is player asking, because I don't know anything about creatures. Does that concentration or anything? I don't know those spells.
It does. Oh.
Yep. Let me see what his. Yep. So
Probably huge though. This thing is huge. I don't know.
And you all see the sleet storm fade away.
Yes!
Go Kovash!
That was a DC of like, what is it, 18 or something like that?
Yeah, it was a pretty good one. That's your turn then? Sorry.
Max action, bonus action.
All right. Dikuth, you feel there. You're still in darkness. Let me redraw that. I just wanted to get rid of, and I'll redraw your. Thank you. You're still in
Oh,
darkness,
I'll
but
make the compass again.
yeah, you do feel that the temperature begins warming again as there's no more rain or ice hitting you in the back.
Dikuth is going to keep moving, and he's going to keep moving in the right direction.
All right.
Up here, and that actually, I believe that takes me out of darkness, and he's actually going to ready. Well, he's got Shatter Spike in one hand. He's got his Durgeddon Rapier in the other hand.
All right.
And he'll ready attack if anything pops out of the darkness.
Sure.
Is not friendly.
Got you. Got you.
Did anyone see Kovash or Sif?
Contra.
Oh no, everyone thinks.
What are you doing, Gatra?
So I am. I didn't hear anything from from echoing down the hallway, right?
Which
I was in the middle
hallway?
of running this way.
I mean, you hear a
Effectively, I just
bunch of clanging as people are running down the hallway, slipping and sliding, and then the
yeah.
rain eventually patters away.
I am still moving towards this. I think this was the hallway you said that it didn't have any. It was just a regular hallway. It didn't have any like
From what you saw,
anything wrong
yes.
with it.
From what you heard, from what you saw, yes.
Well, I guess I'll also dash.
Sure.
Hold on, I gotta shift my map over a little bit.
No worries. Everybody knows. Alrighty. And then that's your turn, right? Jeleneth, you are up.
I am going to stand from prone.
Excellent.
Catcher said he's going through the southwest door.
Would Jeleneth have seen me run through the door?
I mean, she probably
Who I
would.
heard you say.
Yeah, would have saw you out of the corner of her eye, like leave that way ish.
Oh snap!
I will yell back to the group because I don't think they heard it after that whole silence debacle.
That's still on, isn't it?
Yeah.
Does it? Wait, my question is: does silence block our sound from moving through, or are you just
Yes.
unable to hear it? Okay,
Yeah.
that's what I thought. Even
I
worse.
say head to the southwest corridor, and I will take the rest of my movement, which is I think 10 feet, and then I will use my action to dash.
All right. Excellent. So you all hear that except for Sif and Kovash. Sif, what are you doing?
How? Okay, Sif seeing the sleet storm drop, like seeing the temperature or feeling the temperature start to rise and such. How does Kovash look? From like just a
Kovash is like basically foaming at the mouth right now. His
I mean,
pupils take up his entire eyes, and he is just shaking with energy and just pure rage right now.
You're asking if he looks hurt. He looks relatively okay.
But that wouldn't matter anyways, because it doesn't seem to be affecting him in any way, shape, or form.
All right. Sif is going to kind of step back, and thanks to athlete, only need 5 feet of movement for my standing long jump. I'm gonna up onto the well, and I'm going to leap up and see if I can grab onto this thing with my shield arm.
All right. Go ahead and give me a grapple check.
Yeah, a normal attack roll, right? Or is that athletics? It's athletics, right?
Double checking because I forget the grapple rules all the time.
All the time.
I believe it's athletics versus athletics or acrobatics.
A strength athletics check contested by the target's athletics or acrobatics check. So I need from you an athletics check.
Actually, on second thought, realize I forget he's exhausted half the time. No, he's just gonna make the standing and just take the couple slashes.
Sure, they will be at disadvantage. Keep in mind.
All right.
Oof. Yes.
Me asking to double check, is that one always considered a fail? Because if I use guided strike, I would be a 19. That's my double checking real quick.
I don't think in 5e it automatically means it, but most people play.
Athletics check, not an attack roll, I believe.
Oh no,
No, he changed what he
I'm
was
exhausted.
doing.
I'm exhausted. I forget I'm exhausted.
Oh, that's right. I think
I
these
believe
are
according to the
auto attacks.
I believe according to the rule, the only time you can actually crit is on attacks. Ability checks technically don't have a crit
Yep.
or a crit pass or crit fail,
Yep. So yeah,
but we just play it that way. So
But so like it says before if I can use the channel divinity to alter the attack to hit, I would like to. It's the only one I got. Otherwise, I shall make the other attack roll.
No, it is an automatic fail unless it's always an automatic fail or success if it's a death saving throw or an attack roll. Everything else is not an automatic fail or a success. So no,
Gotcha.
you cannot.
All right. Thank you.
No problem. That one will hit though, as you. Also, let's see. All right, yeah, I'll work that in.
Yeah, I got you.
I got you. All right, so that'll hit. So go ahead and roll your damage. All right. So you
magical. Sorry.
when you leap, you immediately feel pain in your leg. You leapt wrong, and there's just something you pulled or twisted in whatever way, and it immediately causes you to miss your first strike, but you and do a backhanded swipe, and pretty much in the same area that Kovash caught the Oni, you catch him as well, dealing some decent damage, and you fall and you land and your leg is immediately in pain.
All right. And then I'm going to, since I'm technically out of his range, after I land, because I'm 20 feet under him, right?
Yep.
Then I shall use All right, last 5 to back up just ever so slightly, so he doesn't just land right on top of me.
All right.
That's my turn. No bonus. I'm spellless.
Ooh, do I want to do this? No. I will do this, though.
Oh no!
And he lands with a loud right next to you. You feel the ground shake beneath you slightly as you watch as his form physically gets bigger as he immediately strikes down into you 2 times with these large club-like fists.
20.
So the first one, you throw up your shield and it bashes it easily away. But the second one that comes right underneath it catches you in the chest and drives the air from your lungs as you take 10 points of bludgeoning damage that
Is it-
almost knocks you back and off your feet.
Is it magical in nature or is it normal?
It is magical.
Gotcha. So I take full.
No, I'm sorry. I read that wrong. His fists are not magical in nature.
Oh, okay.
But you do see a large glaive that he begins reaching for on his back.
Okay.
Alrighty. And then as you're standing there, you watch as the pool of blood has settled around his right foot. The trickle slows as you watch part of the skin stitch back up.
Oh no!
Bjolf, while that's happening, what are you doing?
Well, I have no idea that any of that is happening, so I'm just gonna walk my happy ass out of here.
Walk your head.
Which way is the southwest?
Also,
I can't.
Cliff,
Yes, sir.
I
Ah.
need from you a wisdom saving throw.
I'm good at these.
I'm picking Southwest
All right.
for you.
I
As
appreciate it.
you took that punch, you feel just this energy start like twitching in your arm, and it just goes away suddenly. Go ahead, Bjolf. I apologize for interrupting.
Oh no, I'm.
Oh, okay. Excellent.
Yep.
Kovash. You watch as the creature lands with a thud and with a large left knocks Cliff in the chest as he begins reaching for his glaive on his back.
Kovash dashes around the well. And while snarling, glad you decided to join us, makes his 3 attacks.
Go for it.
Flanking or no?
Sure.
Wait. Oh wait, no, never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Never mind. Ignore me. Sorry. Sorry. Ignore me. Sorry.
The first 2 will hit. The last one does not.
25 doesn't hit.
The first 2 hit. Oh, you have advantage, right? Right. Yeah. Yeah, that hits.
Oof.
Jesus.
Jesus.
48 damage.
Fuck him up.
48. Whoa!
For anyone out there who ever said Berserker Barbarians are underpowered, that's why they're not.
It's an action economy, man.
Is that your turn?
That's action, bonus action. And I could move again, but I'm not.
Dikuth.
Sorry, I was trying to hit push to talk and then my screen fell asleep.
No worries.
So Dickens kind of looks back and forth hectically between his retreating teammates and his comrades that have not yet appeared from the darkness, and he kind of gives a sigh. He says, I can't leave him behind," and he trudges back towards the darkness.
Dikuth, no.
And that'll be the end of it.
Katra.
Having seen Jelleneth kind of emerge behind me, I'm gonna like stop and look back for a second and be like, "Where's everybody else? Is everybody? Shouldn't there be people following you with in a like run attempt?" Um, and I am going to move this way. I'm gonna move. I'm gonna keep moving because I'm assuming they're following. I probably shouldn't because I know that I know that they've never run away any of the times that the plan was run away. So he's gonna move 2, 3, and then stop, and then and then have this realization of like they never run away, and come back. So that's 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. And I'm going to ask Jelleneth, is anyone actually following her? You.
There's Beowulf.
And then there's Beowulf. And then I'm going to say, okay, and then dash and keep running for straight then.
All right. Jelleneth.
My turn.
I will run to the door, actually,
Okay.
and we'll say, "Keep going, Beowulf. I'll protect your back as I'll wait for the others." Well, mostly I'll just say, "I'll protect your back," and then I'll hold my action, arrow ready to shoot at whatever comes through that door.
All righty. Sif.
Still kind of like in momentary like aerial pause, like in one in like almost Dragon Ball Z like stature, just like oh, that hurt, you bastard. And I'm gonna take my swings at with this axe, seeing as how me and
All right.
since we're doing the pincer maneuver.
That it's. That it's. All right.
26 points of damage.
All right. Is that your turn?
Yep.
So you carve two large swaths of skin opening into his chest as he just stares at you and takes it. And you immediately see it begin to stitch back up in front of you. Damn it. I keep doing that. I turn my numb lock on.
Okay, here's the part where one of us dies.
Yeah, probably. Alrighty. So you see him pull out his glaive now, this large, barbarous looking weapon that is encrusted with dark blood and gore. as he takes one strike at you and immediately shoves the other one straight back into Kovash.
Bring it on with my 20.
Okay. Okay. So that will be a 21 to hit you and a 16 to hit you, Kovash.
16 just hits.
Excellent.
And you slipped right over the shield.
So first one to Sif is going to be 14 points of slashing magical damage. But I need a wisdom saving throw from you. And Kovash for you. That's going to be, what is it? 16 points of slashing damage for you. Magical.
Halved to 8, right?
What's that?
Halved to 8, or is that already halved?
No, that was not halved. Yeah, halved to 8.
15.
All right. You are fine at the moment.
Do I feel anything? Anything like that?
Just-
That like tingling in my arm?
Just a slight tingle in your right arm. And you watch as darkness descends on you all again.
Damn it all!
Double checking something real quick. Excuse me. All right. Bjolf.
No chance to swing.
You only get op attacks on creatures you can see leaving your range.
100%. Yes. Damn.
Did I hear Dikuth go back?
It's probably pretty clear that he went back. He is a walking armory.
Okay.
Oh,
So as Jelenith tells me to go ahead of her, I sort of like stop and I turn around and I just I'm like gripping Char's touch in my hand and I look over at Jelenith and I'm like, I don't think they're behind me. And I stop and I start. Ugh. And then I'm a dash. Okay.
Alrighty. Kovash. You are now surrounded in complete darkness.
I want to clarify just so I can picture this in my head.
Mm-hmm.
I'm aware that the darkness created by Laney is also silence. Did I hear it move away from me before it got to that silence?
Yeah, you heard definitely something moving.
And I'm just gonna charge in that direction until I saw something that feels large enough to be it.
Alrighty.
Oh no!
I'd say dex check to avoid the well.
Or me?
Well, I'm checking something about the well. real
or
quick.
yeah. Or Sith.
Necessary, all like I did count Sif as difficult terrain for the record.
Hmm. Wait, darkness does what with light?
It suppresses light, and if it's created by a spell of second level or lower, that spell is dispelled.
Alrighty. He is still in the air, technically.
So I actually just run over here then.
Yeah.
Oh no! Where the heck's my
Um,
Oh no! This panther just like, I don't care about no darkness. I know my territory.
um,
It literally just begins padding back and forth.
I'm trying to think, and I would take DM ruling on this. In his current state, do you think I would have taken a swipe at Sif as I ran past?
Probably. But that is up to you, sir.
I am raging.
And we have
In
fought
person.
together in rage together, so I mean, maybe Sip is becoming a normalcy.
It does not hit.
Yeah, I missed anyways.
You feel a large pressure and sparks. Well, you don't see the sparks. You just feel a large pressure and pushing on your shoulder from a sudden impact. And you
Some-
feel something run past you.
Somewhere in Sif's mind, he's checking a box with Kovash's name next to it.
Dikuth. I assume that's your turn then, Kovash?
Indeed, because there's nothing else I can tell to target. Because I cannot see or hear now.
Sure.
And Dikuth is going to slowly creep to where he believes the creature last was. He's going to feel the doorway and he's going to take a right.
Alrighty. It's weird, like part of your head gets out of darkness and then you go right back into it to like go right out to the side.
The armory, and I
What
say,
the
Ticket?
You
hell?
see another like overlapping layer of darkness along the further in the tunnel now.
Wait, I can hear you, Sif.
Ticket! You just walked past me. It's heavily
And
wounded.
that'll be my turn.
Alright. Katra. Da, da, da. Katra's
So
over
Jonas
by
is behind.
himself.
Literally
Eh.
cue Benny Hill music.
What are they getting into? I probably should go back and double and check on them. But there's definitely a big monster there. Let's go check him out. So we're gonna dash, and we are going to measure our movement. And I'm gonna catch up to Jelnath and be like, "Hey, so what happened? Where is everybody? I thought we were running." And that's
Yo
my
ran
turn.
back in.
Alright. Are you doing anything else, Katra?
Nope, that's my turn.
Alright. Jelena.
Uh, I don't know what to do because that whole area is literally a living death trap. You know what, Ketra? We're just gonna repeat what we did with the dragon.
I'm gonna go to help them, and you're gonna be lookout.
I'm gonna stand here, arrow drawn, wait for any odd figure to come out of the darkness.
Alrighty. Sif, what are you doing?
I'm going to kind of feel forward and walk towards Dickus.
Sure.
And I'm gonna like kind of like literally walk into him in this emptiness of darkness. I'm gonna say, "Where's the whistle?"
Are you doing anything else?
Um, and he's going to point in the direction of the other darkness and say, "That way, I don't, I." And Sith's just kind of speechless and just kind of like, "Stay here and keep an eye up. This thing flies." And is going to run into the darkness and feel his way around and is probably going to end up walking directly to Kovac.
Alrighty.
And yeah, Sif's gonna hold his action for if anything, tries to attack him.
Now, does Dicketh actually see like the corner of this Oni at this point as it's
No,
walking by?
I haven't actually. I didn't actually move him there. I decided against it. So let me see this now.
Oni looks mighty confused.
Oh, Kyle's measuring.
This is where we die.
This is where it's troubling.
All right.
Uh-oh.
Another sleep storm.
No. Kovash and Sif, I need you to give me a wisdom saving throw, please. Oh, wait. Never mind. Don't do that.
Uh-oh.
These darknesses are pretty fuckery.
I know, there's still fuckery for everyone.
Sorry.
No, that's actually great, Sarah. Or no, Lainey, that's it's actually like this has probably helped us a lot more than we think.
Oh no, man! If the Oni and this darkness weren't here, this would have just been Dragon Fight 2.0.
Maybe.
Okay, so no. Yeah, I guess we're just going to do that actually.
Wisdom saving throw?
No. I'm going to have
Sorry.
him move right there.
Fuck.
You see him pop out over here, and he sees you, and immediately advances back towards you. A large glaive in his hand as he takes two huge strikes down into you, Dikuth.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Should have stayed in the darkness.
Dikuth, you take 39 points of slashing damage.
Done.
I
I'm
critted
down.
the first one and the second one missed. So yeah, as he drives the large glaive basically through your chest, you as he yanks it out of you and looks down at you as you watch with your own chest bleeding out as his chest begins to close even further. Yelf, what are you doing?
Oh boy. Um, how much is, no, I guess I wouldn't know that, so I can't really ask. Can I use a free action to dispel the darkness?
Yeah,
Okay. So I'm gonna move up into it, and then I'm just make it go away.
sure.
What do I see?
Tip is flailing arms in front, like
You see Stiff and Kovash right next to you as you come or are in the entryway, and that's pretty much it. If you actually come in further, you might see more. But right now, you
Yeah,
see
okay.
like a large hand, like fist print in Stiff's chest, and he is looking around wildly, and Kovash is foaming at the mouth. As you step in,
So as I
yeah, as you step
yeah.
in, you do see another large bubble of darkness, and half of the Oni is standing in it. The other half
Mhm.
is holding a large glaive that he literally pulls out of Dikuth as you step around the corner, and you watch Dikuth's limp body fall to the ground.
Okay, so I'm going to use Channel Divinity this, and I'm going to use it to yank Dikuth towards me.
Okay.
And I want to, if I don't know how much it's half of its movement, so if I can get him out into the hallway, I would like to do that.
He gets basically, and like, well, it's kind. He can get like here.
Okay. All right, so basically you see Bjolf like reach his hand out, and his hand goes like this really ghostly white, and you see Dikuth's body just kind of like jerk really grotesquely, and then he just like flies back towards me and comes to rest at my side.
Excellent. Anything else for your turn?
Jeez.
I think
What?
that's all I can do because I'm pretty sure that's an action.
Yep.
Uh,
Do you have a bonus
well,
action
actually, since
spell?
that
It's not
wasn't a
a spell.
spell, that's not a spell.
Nope.
Ha 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 ha. Then I'm just gonna pop a first level healing word into Dikuth
Sure.
Schwonk. And then
Sploosh.
what do I
God.
add to it? My
Your
spell
wisdom.
casting?
Yeah.
Wisdom.
My wisdom. My
Your
wisdom. Yeah.
wisdom.
Yes, my wisdom, which is 4, so that's 7 points of healing to you, Dikuth.
Hey.
Oh, so
Alright.
wise.
Kovash.
I knew that would come in handy.
Oh yeah.
That is
Its body
so-
comes this way, and not seeing the thing over here, Kovash is going to use his movement to run back that way until he can see something.
You should be able to see something
You
now.
can see. Like you're out now.
I need
Clear.
clarification on how darkness works.
I got rid of the darkness that was by the door.
Right. If I'm standing here, I still have disadvantage because I'm in the magical darkness, correct?
Yes.
Then we're just gonna charge up and reckless 3 of them from over here where I can see him.
Alright.
Standing in the bloody stain of where Dikuth just.
That'll hit. That will not. So 2 hits.
36 points.
Alrighty.
I am rolling high on these damages.
Yep. And another bellow of pain as what was stitching back together is now ripped open by your barbed blade.
Out of curiosity, how many of the wounds still seem to be here?
Yours.
Like over the whole battle, does he seem like he's taking damage, or is he relatively okay?
He seems like he's taking damage, but it seems like if it just heals the flesh wounds faster, or the outside. He seems weakened and not moving as fluid and fast.
Cool.
Dikuth, you are on the ground and life is poured back into you. You still feel warm blood on your chest as you still are leaking a little out of the wound that is still somewhat there.
I appreciate it, Bjelf, but I will ask that you don't do that again.
You don't remember me dragging you. You were out.
Blood bending. Why do I feel so stiff?
All right. And then, DM, this is a question for you, I guess. Would I have dropped my weapons, or because I was being controlled, would I have held on to them, or?
Normally it's assumed that you had it, yeah.
I was gonna say the ability also does let them move up to their ability and make a weapon attack, so I would assume they still hold.
Good to know. Okay. Well, I'm actually going to just drop the rapier in my offhand and pull out my shield. And then I'm going to pump a level 2 cure wounds into myself. And that was a bad roll. That
Alright.
wasn't bad.
Bonus action?
No.
Alright. Katra.
I'm gonna roll my eyes and I am going to dash and head back in the opposite direction I just ran from again.
Alrighty. Jelineth.
Well, it looks like the darkness lifted somehow. And whoa,
You went that
Ketra, where
way?
did you go?
Sorry, blind.
That's not the way I thought you were talking.
And I just
I was
saw
here, right?
Yeah.
a bunch of stuff just happen through the doorway.
Now also hear the ruckus of battle all of a sudden.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
Yes.
I always assumed there was some kind of fighting. Fuck. Ugh. Fine, if we're all gonna die, we'll die together.
I love you, Jelineth.
Dad.
Alrighty.
Ugh.
Any bonus action?
No.
Sif.
I now being able to see and hear, turn, look, and am just completely taken aback by the blood bending, the nearly dead Dikuth, the and taking note that Jelineth is probably going to kill him later, and is going to kind of take a weapon, bash his shield with Dikuth since he took out his shield, and I'm going to charge forward where I heard the clash of combat, and I'm just going to run forward to where I can, because from right here I can kind of see him like half out of the globe, right?
Yep.
I will run forward into the darkness and take my swings at disadvantage.
Sure. Miss.
The first one. Damn it. This next one, I will, if it isn't, I'm using Channel Divinity.
Nope.
I couldn't use it before you even said it was a miss. Damn it. I had to see the roll first.
Give me
Damn it.
D100 roll.
Okay.
No, I saw it was in that one right away. So, all right. You feel the axe clang into the stone well wall, and it just vibrates up your arm to the point that you feel it go numb.
Okay. That's my turn then. Ah, fuck, I misclicked. Sorry.
I get it, but it was also a natural one.
I was trying to use it on the first one, but you had already called it was a miss. So I was technically too late. That's why. That's me being slow. That's me bad. So like I said, my turn.
Okay. I need everybody except for Katra to give me a wisdom saving throw.
God damn it! This is why I didn't want to get back into this.
Is that from a spell?
Yes.
I have advantage. Don't
Whoa.
matter.
Oh no.
Do you have the? Yes, you do. All right. So for that, the only person that fails then is Daniel.
I didn't fail with a
You
2.
cannot be feared or charmed.
Oh, I have advantage on saving
That's
throws against
later.
charm.
I mean, you got a
Sixth,
natural
are you
20 though.
not 6th level?
I believe I'm 5th. I have 11,657 experience.
I don't know those numbers off the top of my
I'm a
head.
half elf, so I have advantage.
Huh?
And I'm a half elf.
All right. You succeed still then. So, Dikuth, uh, where Kovash is standing, you see not Kovash, but your mother. And she's standing there frightened and begging for her life as the Oni strikes down into her, completely collapsing her chest and destroying her body. And you are instantly filled with this intense fear that drives you away from him. Um,
So I cannot move closer as long as I'm still frightened. Do I have to purposely move away, or
yep,
is it forcing me away?
you must take the dash action and move away from him by the safest available route on each of your turns, unless there is nowhere to run. If you end, yeah, all right, that's fine. Yep. So that's what that is, and well, yeah, that went a lot worse than I thought it would. So that's his turn. Beowulf.
Okay, so I am going to reach into the puddle of blood that Dikuth is kind of standing into. I'm gonna scoop up some, and I'm going to throw it at the Oni, and like as it's floating through the air, it turns into a knife. And so I'm gonna cast Guiding Bolt at 2nd level
Okay,
and aim for one of the open wounds in its chest.
sure.
Ugh, fuck.
All right. You watch as it against the back wall over his shoulder. The blood
Awesome.
splattering into a boiling mess.
Welp, that's it.
All right. Kovash.
I'm gonna make my 3 attacks, but can I try and replace the first one with a shove to knock him prone?
Sure.
Does him being large have any effect on that?
I'm pretty sure it does. I'm double checking.
He gets advantage to the save.
Must be no more than one size larger than you and must be within your reach. No, he does not.
And I have advantage because I'm raging, and this is a strength check.
All right.
Oof.
Well, he definitely beats you.
The other two are reckless attacks.
Sure. The first one does not hit. The second one does. Oof.
14.
You see, like you basically almost chop through an entirety of his arm, and he blood starts falling out of his mouth, and the wounds seem to stay a little bit longer than normal. Is that
Then
your
for
turn?
movement, can I try? I don't know if there's a check or not. Can I move through his square or no?
No.
That's fine. Then that's my
'Cause
turn.
that is a halfling gnome ability.
Yeah, I think the ruling is they have to be at least 2 sizes larger than you if they're
Yeah.
an enemy.
Yeah. Dikuth.
And Bjolf, you'll notice Dikuth standing right next to you goes completely flush, and he whispers. Well, he doesn't whisper. He says, "We're all gonna die down here. We need to go." And he pushes past you, Bjolf. He pushes past you, Katra, and he is out the door.
Damn.
Now you want to run.
Katra, you watch as Dikuth pushes into you, running, his eyes wide, and he's just blathering as he runs past you.
Yeah. So now let's run. What about everybody else? So we're gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20. We're gonna peek out. When I peek my head out, what do I see?
The back of Bjolf.
Oh, shoot.
But yeah, it's pretty much Bjolf
25.
and then like a large black circle and Kovash and a mess of things over there.
Do I see this side of the whatever
Yeah,
it
you
is?
could see a little bit of them.
Oh, I definitely look back and be like, oh shit, guys, we definitely should run.
You can also see that he's pretty fucked up.
Eh.
Does he look pretty fucked up?
I mean, you do see like his arm is mostly cut through on one side, and he has got a little blood from his mouth. But that's probably the only thing you can see.
So he still looks pretty healthy, is what you're telling me.
You're not really sure. You've never really seen one of these things before.
So I guess my question
You
is,
do
if
see the literal skin starting to grow back in the seconds that you're taking to take this all in.
my question is, if I was walking past this poor creature on the street and I looked down at it, would I make the connection that it is close to close to dying? No, you don't know.
And you can see that one of its arms is pretty much cut through. If
So
you saw a
here's
creature,
the thing: it's not often that you come across a giant mythical creature.
On a scale of 1 to
Okay.
10, how fucked up does this mythical creature look?
Like I said, it's hard to tell because as you're looking at it, the arm is reattaching itself.
Also, you can totally like walk past a person that has lost one of their arms and they still survive.
What are you doing,
But
Katra?
I'm gonna dash and go back and follow Dikuth for the third time.
What?
Jelenith.
Oh no.
Before I leave, I'm gonna be like, that creature is like healing as I'm watching it like take damage. I'm running away from that. And then I run, and that's my turn.
Fine. I'm gonna say I don't have too many of these left, and I take 2 shots at it with my bow.
Okay.
I know. I was literally sitting here for like.
That is gonna hurt or hit. Hurt. It's gonna hurt, but
Uh,
that's gonna hit.
I will expend 1 point or 1 charge to do an additional 1d8 lightning,
Okay.
and I will throw the
Oh.
piercing on top of it. Just
Get it.
Get it, go, get it.
so 7 piercing from the bow, additional 2 lightning damage, and an additional 5 piercing damage on top of that.
How would you like to do this?
Really?
Yeah.
Really?
Yes.
How Kovash legitimately did like 100 damage to this thing.
Reluctantly, I take an aim, and I do my best to try and shoot it, but it's half covered in it's half covered in darkness. So I'm just like, fuck it, and I just let it loose, and the arrow goes through the darkness, and then comes out of the darkness and just hits it. We'll just say like right in the neck.
All right. So Jellenith lines up her shot, and Bjolf, you immediately hear just this as an arrow flies past you at the speed of a lightning bolt. You see that its very tip has started to have electricity trail behind it. Kovash and Sif, you both feel the heat of a lightning bolt screech past your heads as it slams into the throat and tears out the rest of this throat of this creature as it just falls slowly to its knees, looking at Kovash. And the darkness spell dissipates. And that
Holy
is
shit!
where
that
we'll
hit.
end tonight's episode.
With Sif probably tackling Kovash if he's still foaming.
We will figure that out next week.
You should all be dead.
No, the thing that saved you was all of you getting like 20 rolls on your wisdom saving throws.
That's why I'm a paladin.
Excellent. Well, I'm exhausted and tired and have to pee really badly. So I hope you all enjoyed tonight's episode of Dikuth's Band of Merry Men. I thought that we were going to get further tonight, but I guess that's never going to happen. So join us on Sunday next week to see what else we can do in this Werepanther room and not move any further. JK, I love you all, and I hope you have a wonderful rest of your weeknight, and I will see you next Sunday.
Real quick disclaimer.
What's up?
I will be streaming tomorrow, but I'm probably gonna start a little early for chat. I'm planning to do Darksiders again, but I'm thinking of starting 10:30, 10:45, because I have an appointment to be at 2.
Y'all heard it. Downey's stream is a little bit earlier tomorrow. Check him out. The Darksiders stream is awesome. I've never played the game, and watching it has made me want to play it. So, hopefully, we'll check you out there. Thank you for everybody who also joined us in chat tonight. And watching, we saw a lot more people tonight, and we love y'all and have a good rest of your week. All right, bye bye.